Are you shitting me? Lord, and I feel just the same. He speaks his mind about that asinine asshole in our house. Yeah, John Boudreaux, he likes to call it out. Yes, he does. Well, there's a blue dot down in Texas, that Texas heaven knew. There's a blue dot family in the USA. And all over this world. Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
Hello, family. How y'all doing, baby? It is Tuesday. Tuesday, right? Yeah. Just jam.
Just
Oh,
Tuesday, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, it is St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day to you. If the person next to you ain't wearing green, reach over there and pinch the shit out of them.
You touch me, I'm.
You have a law.
You touch me.
Look at
I'm
the laws.
I'll
It's in
take
the
my
law
own family
somewhere.
to court. No, yeah, well, law
I think
will be
it's
on
in the
my
Bible,
side.
too.
We're supposed to be 3 feet
Leviticus,
apart from
look
each
it up.
other. This table is about 3 feet. You're not touching me on St. Patty's Day. Not during this whole thing. So.
How the hell y'all doing, baby? First thing I want to kick out. I am so sorry. Yesterday, I got home a little late. I was a little tired. I ate a great meal, sat down on the couch, and bingo, baby, that was it. And Mama had decided to just go ahead and let me go and rest, and I probably needed it, so I appreciate it. Anyway, I am so glad everybody's here. The first ones to jump in were Claudia Reyes, Dorothy Tyndall here, our own poet, Oddly Wired, is with us, Joy Peters, Charlotte Peck, Randy Peterson, woo, pig. I got to do that for Randy. Susan Murgia, I don't know. Singenator and Donna Gaston are all jumped in. Pete Briggs, we're glad you're here. Evelyn Moss, I've seen. Adina Michael, and Bill Jones. How y'all doing? And I want to start right off by thanking Tony Karpovich, who pledged, he joined our Patreon. Where's my banger ring? Wait a minute. Non-prepared. There it is. Who joined our Patreon page. We appreciate that tremendously. Let me get that out of the way. I am not ready. No, I'm not. I just rushed in the door, and we're good to go, baby. That's what we've been pretty busy around here, and I hope you all have been too. The news just seems more and more glum every day, but they say, social distancing is the thing. Hey, I didn't know we was ahead of our time here. We're way out in the country. We're pretty much social distance all by ourselves, except for an occasional trip to town, except for Rose, who has to go to work every day in there. So.
And even then, I mean, I only go and visit like one person in town nowadays, and that's like maybe once every 2 weeks. So
yeah, we're good. We're good in this social distancing thing. We're pretty good at this shit already.
We're on lockdown on that for sure.
But that seems to be the thing. The news is that they're finally look like they're going to start putting shit together, which includes you this time. Evidently, I understand that we're all up for about $1,000 from Uncle Sam.
Wait, what?
Yep,
No.
that's what they're talking about. Everybody's going to get $1,000.
I'll believe it.
Haven't
when
approved it
it's
yet.
in
We
my
don't
account.
know. Louis Gohmert might
Now, I'm just going to say
sit
up
on
front,
it or some bullshit.
if they do it, I applaud them.
Yes.
If they do it,
I applaud them.
Applaud
And
them.
oh, by the way, that would be a great time to point out two things. We are in the middle of a pandemic, which would suggest to one, wouldn't it be nice to have some of that universal health care that was already in position where everybody knew where to go to see a doctor. And we don't have that. So there's a whole lot of people out there that don't know where to go. Hey, $1,000 a month. There was somebody had that idea. Who was it that had that idea?
Yang. Excuse me.
Oh, Yang? Andrew
It was
Yang.
supposed to be a little bit more dramatic than
Yeah.
that, but I don't have the energy for shit right now. The sun is a killer today. I'm just gonna say that much.
Yes, it's been rough out there for him. But yes, Andrew Yang, came up with the what was it, the $1,000 a month guaranteed income for every American out there to sustain them during a crisis, to sustain themselves in everyday life. This is a crisis, and there's a lot of people that are not prepared. Just because you don't have the money to run to the store and stock up on shit, a lot of people got to wait for the next paycheck or some shit like that. It's a game that we're all going to have to play, and it will go well if we all play the game together. Meaning, don't hoard the freaking toilet paper. I don't think diarrhea is a symptom of the coronavirus. There's no reason to go out and stock up, 50,000 freaking rolls. Hell, there's a meme everywhere. Guys playing poker for toilet paper. Seems to be the national joke. I just keep thinking to myself, at some point, everybody's going to be stocked up. They done hoarded all they can. What are they going to do? Come back and get more? It's just like, give it up. But anyway, Karen Van Wyk just donated $2 through Super Chat and said, the check's in the mail. So say it, Karen Van Wyk. Yeah, that's the discussion now. It hasn't been solidified yet, but I guess the cat's out of the bag. They stood up there on the podium today talking about it. And Steve Mnuchin stood up there and said, well, he wants to do this real quick. So, we're going to see what happens. And I hope they do, because it would help a lot of people. And, a little stimulus wouldn't be bad right now. Instead of bailing out Wall Street again, major corporations again, every corporation that's ever been in trouble, we bailed them out before. Let's bail out the American people this time. It would help in a lot of different ways.
Hang on,
Anyway.
keep it going, because I'm having a little bit of issues here with Discord, so keep talking.
Oh, I thought that was my job.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is.
Felda, help me out here. He wants me to
No,
just
I just
keep
said
talking.
Discord's having trouble here.
Oh.
Let me fix it really quick.
Oh, Discord is having trouble.
Yes, that's what I said.
Oh.
So there you go. Talk to...
Well, Sandra, it flies by so fast. Says, hello, Blue Dot family. I voted today. FN 40, whatever that said. See, I try to get them chats. I get at the bottom. Claudia Reyes says, in that one-time shot, John, is that no? It is right now, as I understand it. Now, they are trying to suggest that it would be best to guarantee that for the next 6 months. I think the talking head up there that talks to Donnie or whatever, when Donnie pulled his head out of his butt, is finally realizing that, no, this is not going to get it. This is a thing to worry about, and it's going to get worse. We need to take precautions now. So, yeah, the talk on the table is 6 months. Don't quote me on that, because I'm hearing the same thing everybody else is or reading in the stories. But I think it's a guaranteed thing that they're going to put that first $1,000 out there pretty quick, because Donnie's numbers are tanking, baby. He thinks that'll help him. And I'll give him kudos if he gets it out there. Hey, thanks a lot, Donnie. Now move the hell out of the way and let somebody in there that at least knows how to speak. Jeez. Anyway, by the way, I got mail today. It's already opened up to something I was reading. I got my funny times from Paulette Hallbeck out in Plano, Illinois. And she sends this to me. I get a subscription to it. It is great. And I thought if we get a lull tonight, the curmudgeon, which is a section in here every month, and this one is cats versus dogs. I haven't read it yet.
Sounds interesting.
Let me pick one. Dogs have. Oh man. Oh, yeah. This is true. Dogs have owners. Cats have staff.
That's fair enough.
That is pretty fair. Sonia C says, this sucks. Husband works in another county at an old folks home. He hasn't been working for long, so I don't think he'll get unemployment if they get shut down. There's another thing. Some people won't qualify for unemployment. Self-employed people, if you haven't paid into that, which most don't, will not qualify for something like that. on unemployment insurance. That's how come it's necessary to go ahead and stimulate. I think go ahead and push for 6 months. Guarantee everybody you're going to get $1,000 a month, which for a lot of people is going to be a whole lot less than what they're used to making. But for a lot of people, it's going to be a whole lot more than what they got before. But yeah, we're going to see how that's going to go. Sidgenator said, "Cats have staff." That's true. It is. Yeah, dogs, man, they just get all giddy. Cat just look at you and say, "What?"
Okay, I think I fixed everything. So let's test Discord out. Go ahead, Dad.
All right, Velda, are you with us?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am, I can. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
So they're going to give out $1,000 a month to people who are going to be drawing unemployment now that their jobs they've been laid off from work?
No, this is not connected to unemployment. This is supposed, as I understand, Mnuchin to stand up there, and from what I've read in the New York Times and Washington Post and stuff, they are talking about a $1,000 payment to every American. Boom, 18 years and over, you get a check. Now, this brought up in the conversation at my house is, well, what if you're homeless? Very good question.
But to be clear, though, this has not been passed yet. This is just something that's being discussed, and that's what they're wanting to do, or at least some is wanting to do.
Yeah.
Because that's what we got to make sure we don't get plenty of officials are wanting to push, right?
Yes.
So.
Well, Donnie was standing up at the podium when Mnuchin was talking, so yeah, I'm pretty sure they're on board with it.
Well, hope so.
Although there are politicians out there this moment who are saying they would like to see this done and cash in hand by 2 weeks.
Jen, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
We're doing fine.
Jen,
we missed you.
Jen, where the hell have you been? You don't understand.
No
So much
shit.
shit has happened in 6
So
months.
much.
Oh my God, we don't know what the fuck to do, Jen.
I know. I let go and everything got out of hand.
I know.
It did.
There's so many flat
It's all my
earthers
fault.
in my yard. They
Well,
won't leave me alone,
we
Jen.
truly have missed you,
Oh, really?
and there have been more than one blue dot ask about you and how you were doing. So we are all.
I've been very, very busy on YouTube and things, and it's just real hard to separate what I'm doing, where and when, and I'm on 3 or 4 different shows now, and it's just eating up my time.
Yeah,
Well,
well, it's understandable. We're just glad to hear you're okay. Like,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing right there is to make sure you're well and doing good and being productive and all that good stuff. Like, that's the most important
That's
thing.
the important thing, baby.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm in isolation anyways, so at least
Yeah.
I'm following the rules.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. I am too. I'm in isolation too, under quarantine out here.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
I have been for the last 15 years out here.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Yeah, I'm pretty well self.
No, my doctor threatened me with death.
Is that right?
So, yeah, so I
Have
decided
you
I
have
would
you tested or
do
something?
what he says. No, he says,
Okay.
but my condition is such
Yes.
that I probably
Mine
wouldn't
too.
survive if I catch it.
Yeah, there's a lot of us, and I do. I have a lung condition. Big surprise there. So, it's something I carry. I got to admit, normally I just would be walking around not giving a shit for nothing. But nowadays, I got a little bottle of alcohol spray, 50% alcohol. When I go to the post office, just squirt, rub it in, make sure I get my fingertips because punching a PK pad or something, So I am trying to take some precautions, but I'm not overloaded on toilet paper. So
I bought 3 rolls.
did you?
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
selfish are you?
I
know.
have backup right here.
Well, Jen, really quick, before we go any further in this, because, again, a lot of people were, wondering where you went and all that, where can we find you? Like, what kind of shows have you been working on and all that good stuff? Like, is there places where we can find you?
There's been a couple of real neat all-women's shows that have come up on YouTube that I was invited to be a panelist on, both as a regular and as a semi-regular guest. One is called Time of the Month, and that's on every couple of weeks.
Time of the month.
Cool.
Outstanding.
And the other one is called The Uncalled For, FOUR.
See.
and those are both very good shows. I'm also on our usual movie night every Friday night. Sci Strike Movie Night is the full name.
Wow.
Awesome.
And another show that I'm involved with, but not actually on the air, is the Shills.
Shills.
Yeah, there's a couple of shows or groups called the Shills on YouTube, so you have to look carefully. This one features a group of 8 or 9 people who have various types of shows in kind of a little YouTube network situation.
Yeah.
Each one covers their own specialty topic and things like that.
Boy, hey.
Badass.
But it's
Cool.
a pretty smart group of people. Everything from
Outstanding.
PhDs to teachers and all kinds of stuff.
Cool.
Boy, howdy.
Excellent.
Excellent. Very good.
Excellent. So please, chat.
Yeah.
Go and go look those shows up, and
Yeah.
I'm
give a
sure
visit.
Jen
Get
will
in the-
be with us for a little bit in Discord. So if you're in Discord and want to ask more questions about what she's doing, please. I'm sure she'd love to let you know what's going on in her neck of the woods.
We're just
so
tickled to death to hear from you.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry just for everything to be so out of place since you've been gone. This country's been
Yeah.
looking
It's all
pretty
your fault,
shitty.
Jen.
No, it's not her
Yes,
fault.
it
It's
is.
our fault.
That's
for
what
not
you
having
said
you.
before.
No,
That's what you said before. I stuck up for you, though, Jen.
Travis, no.
You can blame me. That's all right.
There you go. Well, let me go ahead and introduce our other guest. Bill Jones, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing very well, John. How are you doing?
We're doing fine down here. Everything good up in your area? You're not under quarantine,
pretty
nothing like
good.
that? Got a good supply of toilet paper?
They shut down the town pretty good around here. There's no gatherings of more than 10 people anywhere, so
Yeah.
they shut down all the restaurants and everything else. But that's a good thing. I mean, they're trying to slow this thing down, so
Mm-mm-mm.
we'll see how it goes. It's really good to hear about Jen Morgan. It was nice to hear
There
her
you
voice.
go.
I haven't
See,
seen
Jen?
her in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You,
pretty awesome.
We you know,
I was
we
listening
genuinely
to
missed you.
I was
Well,
listening
thank you.
to Mike Malloy earlier on he used
yeah.
to be with NPR a long time, and he's on YouTube. Mike Malloy, Malloy. He did a thing on I could not handle Trump re-election. I said, okay, I got to listen to this one, and it's only about 10 minutes long. But at the very end, he goes, everybody knows who listens to me that I'm a Bernie supporter,
Yes.
and I get constantly asked.
I wouldn't have
He
guessed,
said,
but
if I get constantly asked, I get constantly asked that if Biden is the nominee, will I vote for him? He said, I'm going to answer this right now in one sentence, and here it goes. And I'll quote what he said, quote, I would vote for a can of tomato soup before I vote for that Nazi in the White House.
there you go, baby. There you go. I would vote for a can of soup would do a better job than this man. So
I'm telling you, that made my day. I went, yeah, thank you, Mike. Another blue no matter who guy. We got to get this done to get
I
that
was
turnout
particularly
on. So-
glad to see both candidates up on the stage the other night on the debate. Guarantee that whoever comes out of that convention, they will support, not only support, but campaign for.
Yep.
And that's what we need in this party.
Yep.
There has been a
Exactly.
lot
And
of
I think
divide.
people are starting to get it.
Yes, I hope so. I hope so because
And I think people are. I mean, I live like you. I live in a red state, and I
Yeah.
even hear Republicans talking about how glad
Yes.
they'll be when that turd gets out of their house.
yes,
You know,
I haven't
I'm
watched that.
hoping-
I saw a little video on Facebook, and it was a bunch of Republicans that are now begging their fellow Republicans to vote straight blue ticket down
Yep.
down the line. So we are starting to see a
Yeah,
turn.
there's a lot of groups doing that.
Yes, yeah, we're one of them, baby.
Yeah.
We're helping. Let's go ahead and let Johnny Fly jump in here. Johnny Fly, how you doing, bub?
I'm doing great. I turned a year older yesterday.
Oh, shut your mouth! I was going to surprise you, because what does this say right here? What does that say right there, Travis? It says Johnny Fly's birthday. Are you ready?
Yes, of course I am.
Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Johnny Fly. Happy birthday to you. You old fart now. How old, Johnny?
My brother tells me that. Now I have to have you telling me.
Yeah, well, how old are you now?
64.
You're an old
But
fart.
you know what?
You're an old fart.
Just
Boomer.
reverse the numbers. I'll
Okay,
take
boomer.
46.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, boom.
But you know,
Come on.
I I like I like that $1,000. Are you serious? That's gonna be for everybody in the United
Yes,
States?
yes. Everybody 18 years and older.
Oh, hey,
What's that?
hey. Well, I heard them saying on CNN today. Well, Mitch McConnell had a reminder of it. Well, it has to go through the
Yeah.
Congress. So,
Yeah,
what do you think? Do you think it's gonna go
I
through?
saw him speaking on the floor of the Senate, and he was indeed, well, we have to bring it to the floor, and we're going to have to debate that this, and then we're going to have to pass another bill, but nobody's leaving until we do this, so but we're going to have to bring up another bill. But then he said, and then we'll have
Right.
another bill. So wait, are you talking about three bills? Yes, he is. He's talking about three bills: first phase, second phase, third phase. I think the first phase will probably, if I was a politician right now, I would make sure the first phase includes the public payment because Donnie's numbers are tanking. Everybody saw him for the fool he was at this beginning, regardless of how many times you see him stand up there talking about, well, if it wasn't for me, I would have, the whole country would have burned to death in a hailstorm because he didn't do shit. The first case in this country was detected in January. Look where we're at, baby. This is, we saw him out there talking about it's a hoax and then blaming the Democrats and all this bullshit. Anyway, I got this paused over here since we got everybody in the room. Let me go ahead and read this because I haven't read it all the way through, but I know who it's from and I've read the beginning. So let's see what it says. And this is from our own Janda Shedler. And I guess Luke and Lindsay are right there with her. She says, per our governor from here in Illinois just a bit ago, this is in quotes, we've been attempting to get approvals and supplies from the federal government so that the testing of large groups can be done much earlier. However, the federal government is continuing to monopolize supplies and is not providing them to states. The feds set dates and then blows through them. We're told that capacity to test would increase, but it hasn't. Our powerhouse research institutions and university hospitals and labs have helped, but they are running into the same roadblocks from the federal government, CDC, and White House. If this is going to continue to get out of the way so that the states can do what is necessary to obtain supplies and testing. There you go. That's from Janda Shedler just a little while ago, quoting her governor. Those were quotes from him. So there you go. Donnie's in a big bout. People are going to see this for the idiot that he was, how he delayed everything, trying to make everything look rosy clean, and so he would try to protect his stock market, and he screwed up, and that delay put this nation at risk. No doubt about that. His screw ups are going to cost this country, and it may cost this country in lives because we are not prepared. They are busting elbows and assholes right now trying to get everything they say. But again, I take it with a grain of salt because look whose mouth it's coming out of. Mr. Lie every 5 seconds. So do I trust anything that comes out of the government? No, I
But
don't.
I keep hearing people say, "Oh, but I'm gonna still vote for Donnie." I mean, how stupid can you be? I mean,
What's that,
I've
Belda?
got a good friend of mine.
Okay.
I've got a good friend of mine. His name is Mooney, and he's a Republican, I'm a Democrat, and we argue and fight like cats and dogs and say F you and F you and hang up and don't talk to each other.
Right.
And then we call each other and say I love you
Yeah,
in an
don't
hour
forget
or
I
so.
love you. Okay.
But anyways, I was talking to him today, and he said something, and I go, the reason why we haven't gotten anything done or know anything more about this is because he classified everything. He says, no, he didn't. I says, yes, he did. He says, prove it. I went back through my feeds and stuff and come out with it, and I played it for him on the speaker for him to hear through the phone, and he goes, that lying bastard. He says, I'll vote for Bernie Sanders, and that man's never voted. If Bernie gets in there, he says, I'll vote for Bernie or an independent. And I go, wow, this man has never voted anything but Republican. And
Yeah.
just that same thing
Yeah.
that he's
Yeah.
classified it all. And he didn't know that. He didn't hear that on his feeds and stuff. That kind of
Right.
stuff. The Republicans aren't getting these kind of news things, and it's just like
No, not if they're watching Fox News.
it's
I can just imagine what they're
right.
saying. I don't know. I haven't
Well,
watched
you
it.
know, that's the thing is like just watching Fox News at all. And I mean, I'm not a big fan of any kind of mainstream media whatsoever. You know, when I go looking for information, I just go look for the information, do my own research from there. But whenever we do just for laughs go and look at Fox News, it is so different over there. There's so much that isn't being said, and advertising is so different than any other station. It is no wonder that if people rely on
That's the
Fox,
only news station
yeah,
that
it's like I can
got.
understand why people are that ignorant. You know, it's like they don't freaking know. But anyway, yeah, it's no, it's sad because if they can watch any other channel for just a little bit, maybe they can have more insight into the world. I don't know, just a little bit.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
I want to
Sometimes-
regress just a day, real quick, everybody, and sorry for going off topic, but I did want to say this, and I couldn't say it Sunday because my company. I loved you guys were out shooting,
Ah,
and you were shooting big guns.
Eh,
And now
go
get
figure.
this:
Huh.
you're a Democrat in a red county on a
Oh,
red
baby.
street.
oh, baby, you have
Can
no
you
idea.
imagine what's in the houses around you? Where's that guns coming from? They go outside,
Yeah.
they look,
They don't
listen,
hear it too often.
and they hear the gunshot,
You know,
and they go, "Oh my God,
Jo- John's got
that
guns over there.
Democrat's got fucking guns."
Well, here's the thing. It's funny because at
Yeah.
one point, Dad went upstairs and we kept going. One of our neighbors pulled out something and started shooting it for whatever reason. So that did happen. It was like a pissing contest. But I mean, it was like, you know, we're not out here to make a statement. We're just out here to make sure
Everybody knows
these things
how
work.
to pull the
But like I
trigger.
mentioned, also a friend of ours came
I
by
know,
and wanted to
I
teach their
know.
kid gun safety. So it was like,
Yeah.
well, we're in this
It was
It was
mood,
actually,
so
it was actually a family kind of thing.
That was the thought that ran through my mind, you know.
yeah, yeah.
They're shocked.
You know, I've
Well,
often
you're-
said it's not the gun that's you know, it's the love affair this country has with guns. A gun is not enough. You got to have an AR-15. And my God, you need 100 rounds of ammunition. And I always ask the same question whenever I see that. Just how many of your fellow Americans do you plan on shooting? I was just wondering there. You know, because you're
Well,
you're
to
loaded to the
me-
max. Why?
Okay,
Why are
for,
you doing that?
for me, the perfect scenario of guns: a 22, long rifle 22, a 22 pistol, a shotgun,
Yeah.
a 30-06, and you got all your hunting needs taken care of.
Yeah, you don't need any more than that. A deer rifle, a good squirrel rifle, a shotgun for birds if you're into birds, and you know, pistol home protection. I've always said that the most common gun that anybody could ever have would be a shotgun for home protection.
Shotgun's a home protection.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you know if you're going to pull the trigger,
Yeah.
I guarantee your ass is already scared. Your hands going to be shaking anyway, so a little off on the target won't matter.
It is funny though
Uh,
because someone in the comments, I forgot who it was, they wrote on our video. They asked, they asked like, "How you guys getting ready for squirrel shooting?" It's like, nope, we like our squirrels.
we
and
feed
our
'em, baby.
goddamn cats are the ones keeping
Yes.
our squirrels from getting
Got to
food.
make sure
so...
the cats are full, so the cats don't eat the birds. And then we got to make sure the raccoon is full, so the raccoon don't try to eat the cats, or, you know, it's a whole thing here. But
Shoot
no.
the cats.
Yeah, shoot the cats. Well, we have a thing on cats. Let me read another one just for that. Let me see. I haven't read any of these, so they're a surprise to me too. A cat. Wait a minute. A cat, after being scolded, goes about his business. A dog slinks off into a corner and pretends to be doing a serious self reprisal. Here, you ought to read that.
Jeez.
You-
Way to throw me on the spot. I don't
Jeez,
even know
yeah.
where you are on here.
Anywhere, pick one. It's pitiful. The eyes don't work.
Keep it talking while I read through this and figure out what's worth reading here. Like,
Oh, I was going to read in this. I heard it. I did not see the story, but I did hear it on the news. And Martha Olivera put it in the chat, and she said that Trump offered Germany $1 billion for the exclusive rights to a vaccine that they were working on, and he only wanted that vaccine in the U.S. Germany told him to go to hell. I did see that story headline. Did get to read it. Yes. Yes.
And they threatened sanctions too.
Oh Lord, let me tell you, and that points to it because there's money to be made. There is money, and Marcia read a story to me earlier. I can't remember the names of the companies. One of them was really silly because it was just like somebody's first name, like Bob, and that's the name of the company. It's not Bob, but it's like Gary or something. It might be Gary. I think it was. Gary, which is a corporation owned by individuals, amongst them Kushners, several Kushners, Jared Kushner, Kushner's brother, and it's a medical business, and all of a sudden they jumped in, and it seemed to me, I'm going to read the story later because there's a whole rant in that story. If you don't think that there's people out there going to make a boatload of freaking money off of this shit, Jared Kushner evidently being one of them, then you're turning your back on our whole system and just refusing to see, because a lot of this shit's coming out. And yes, I don't know if it's true, but hell yeah, it's up their alley. Are you shitting me? If there's $1 to be made out of this country to squeeze it out any way they can, they will do that. And that's what just pisses me off. Jen, go over there and slap him.
What?
Go slap him.
I didn't do it.
No, go slap
He's
them.
quarantined.
No, I'm in isolation.
He's quarantined. She
well,
can't go in.
Bring them on
one
over
of them.
here, and I'll kick their ass.
There you go, baby. Give him a virtual slap. No, it is. It's pitiful. But that trying to give
There you go.
Germany $1 billion
I
for
heard
the. Yeah, I did too. $1 billion for that vaccine. It's because of the story. It's not for the helping of Americans. It's not for helping Germans or anybody else. It's for the story that Donnie was the savior of the world and came with the vaccine just, to save America. And we're going to help the rest of the world too. That's the story that Donnie wanted. And, he didn't get it. And everything is petty with this guy. Like I said, it just really pissed me off when he was down in Atlanta at the CDC, and he's calling Governor Inslee a snake. Are you shitting me?
Huh.
You little.
I heard that
dick.
too.
Yes. And then now he's pissed off at Governor Cuomo up in New York because Governor Cuomo is stepping up and taking a lot of actions, and it's making Donnie look bad. Like the federal government doesn't have their shit together, but the state governments do. And now we just heard from Janice Schindler and the Pickett. What is his name? Somebody in the chat just told me a minute ago what his name was. In Illinois.
Not only Democratic governors are closing a lot of places. Republican governors are doing it too.
Yes.
Our
Everybody, all
governor
of them
here
are.
in Arkansas.
Well,
Arkansas closed down a lot of shit.
you want to
this
know how
week.
bad this is? Tom Cotton from Arkansas, Republican, $1,000 a month.
I hate that son of
Yes, $1,000 a month, though. He's voting for it. He wants it. John I. Fly donated $5 to Super Chat and said, it's amazing how a hoax about the coronavirus is influencing the whole world. Trumpty Dumpty has got to go. So saith Johnny Fly. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate
Amen.
that, buddy. I appreciate that.
Oh, and Tina V and Sheila say happy birthday, Johnny.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
And thank you for a great happy birthday song. You actually sang it in really good tune.
Well, of course. I was thinking about
Super
going
chat,
into the,
super chat.
I-
Try.
Look at these people in the future. I swear. Holy shit.
What the hell happened, John?
Boy, howdy.
God damn it, Diana Mallory. You're going to make him speechless again.
Diana Mallory. Oh, darling. Diana Mallory just donated $100 through Super Chat and said, just in case they close the banks and can't donate later, love the Blue Dot family and that bong.
Hit
I
that
mean,
bong.
hit-
Hit.
Jesus.
My goodness.
Diana Mallory, thank you very
Thank you
much,
very
darling.
much, Diana.
That's whew, baby,
Thank
that
you,
is way and
Diana.
above. That's way and above. Thank you tremendously. And wow.
Deep breath, John.
You know, it's there's you know
That's
it's
right.
I've said
Take a
this
deep
before.
breath.
We are very grateful for the donations that we get, and again, these donations we'll see them next month. It is the that comes in on. I'll tell you the absolute truth. It comes in on the 21st of the month, baby. Look at the clock. We're on the 17th today. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm a few days away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got overdraft, baby. So here we go to the store and bought everything we needed, and boom, that sucker's in the red. So I'm just waiting on that to come in. Anyway, it's I wish everybody had friends like y'all. Anyway,
That's something I kind of want to bring up with all this because we did go out and get what groceries we can yesterday,
We're good,
and we're good for now. Like
except for toilet paper.
well,
Assholes.
that's everybody at this point, but that's fine because we can live without it. We can come up with other means. But I got to tell you, going to the grocery store yesterday, me and Rose had to make 2 trips because we also had to do some gardening stuff because we're starting a vegetable garden because, we want to start growing our own food and all that. And our payday came late. Our payday came in 3 days late because of a problem with the bank and all that other stuff. And no big deal. So we didn't get to do our shopping earlier, otherwise we would have and not been part of, the frantic search for groceries or whatever. But I cannot tell you how many times I went to go pick up something, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, do I need this? What about that person behind me?
Right.
Because I don't want to contribute to the fear, and so, or not the fear, but more like I did not want to take something that I did not need, because everybody else who is overbuying is making it to where people have to go back outside and continuing have to go to the store to get the basic necessities them and their family needed. And just seeing how bare the shelves were, I know unfortunately there's a lot of hoarding going on. And I was really happy that with what little we had, we got what we needed, and we left plenty behind for someone else. So.
We're good.
That's
We're good.
nice.
How you
to
like
do
that?
Travis.
Just walking out and
Nice.
leaving you hanging.
Oh no, it was fine because I was
I
saying
wanna-
something
He does
anyway.
it to me all the time.
I don't know the particulars of everybody in our family that's listening tonight. But if you folks do have food stamps and you do have a way of growing a garden, most people don't know this, but you can buy vegetable seeds, fruit trees, and fruit-bearing vines like strawberries, blackberries, and all of that with food stamps.
I'm
So you
sorry, I
can
didn't
grow
mean to
your
do
own garden.
that. And we are in the process of doing that.
Yeah, no, we just.
Oh, we're not only in the process,
you-
we are into it, baby.
Yeah,
We are into
but I
it.
didn't know you can do that with food stamps. So that's actually it's really good to
And you
know.
don't need
Can't
land.
they don't?
You could do it in a pot, in a gardening pot. Just a flower pot.
Hay
put you
bales.
some dirt in-
Hay bales.
Hay bales.
Sales.
Yeah, and if you can buy a sack of one of them little bitty sacks of potting soil, just rip the top open and boom, stick it right in there, baby. You're
Hey.
right in the sack.
Hey, John.
Yes.
You
John,
can take and dip in the little swimming pools and poke holes in the bottom
Yes.
of it so it'll drain.
There's a
Fill
lot
it
of
up with
creative
dirt,
ways.
All kinds of things to it.
And besides that,
Hey, John.
yeah, Johnny Fly.
I would love to know. Sorry to interrupt your train of thought, but
Uh-huh.
I would love to know where you got that asswipe Trump toilet paper.
Oh shit! Oh, put me on the spot, buddy.
I want to buy a pack of
Be honest, I
that.
can't. I've had them for quite a while. I have 3 rolls.
These
of
were
it.
like some of the first things
Yeah,
people sent to Dad when he first started doing the show. So unfortunately, I can't remember who they are, but they've been with us for a long time. That much I
Maybe
can say
I'll-
for sure.
Maybe I'll do
I've
a
had-
Google search. Maybe
I've had
Tell
this
them.
Oh,
little.
I'm sure you can find
I've
it.
had this little roll for more than 2.5 years. I've had this little roll. So
Yeah.
somebody 2.5
you
years
didn't
ago.
even use it.
No, I'm not. Are you shitting me? I don't want to open nothing. I'm telling you, this is my legacy. This is what I'm leaving my kids. This is the treasure, kids, that I promised you. Look, that whiskey
Well,
hasn't hardly been touched.
Yeah. Do they have that printed on the whole toilet paper
Yes,
roll?
all the way through. Yeah, it's the whole roll. I have 3
shit.
rolls of them. Yep. Ass
Empire
wipe
of
on
Dirt.
ass wipe. It works. You know, you just hit that down there.
Okay, well, you laughed at something in the chat. I didn't know if you
Oh,
wanted
yes,
to
I
read
wrote
out.
it down. Wait. Yes.
Because, yeah, you burst out laughing like, well, it must have been good,
Oh,
so I
yeah, there it
stopped.
is. There it is. The reason I chuckled, because I'm sitting down there reading the chat, and Dawn Little put a chat in there, and she says, we overbought beer and feel no shame. Outstanding, Dawn. Just right when I read it, it just hit me. Well, we overbought beer, but I'm not ashamed of it. I'm hoarding. I'm telling you.
You can't hoard beer. You can only rent
That's
it.
right. That's right.
That's
You're only going to
fair.
have it for a little while. That's like the old Irishman. Promise me, Mikey, when I die, that you're going to pour a good bottle of Irish whiskey on my grave. Not a problem. I'm just going to run it through my body first.
I'll take
Yeah, that's
Italian whiskey. I'm Italian.
Italian whiskey. I have never had Italian whiskey.
I never heard of it either.
I-
All right, it's wine.
Oh, it's wine. Well,
Yeah,
I-
I love wine. Most
I-
Italians love wine.
I like a little bit of wine every once in a while. I'm not a big wine drinker. If I drink anything, it would just be bourbon over the rocks. Would probably be the best thing. That
Yeah.
Irish whiskey is
What
pretty
I
good.
love is
Bailey's Irish cream
I do. I
Right.
think we have some Irish cream
Of Irish cream.
in the
with an
Oh.
extra
So-
shot.
in the wine cellar. You know, under the bathroom sink in there. I think there. No, this one is a bottle of Moscato that I am waiting. Now, Moscato is a wine that I do like. Hey, shit. Boy, pitiful,
What you
ain't
do
it?
wrong now?
Huh? His
Said what?
freaking shoulder.
Hey, there's my S.C. Smith, my buddy.
Hey, Johnny Thaw, happy belated birthday to you, sir.
And
Thank you.
there's S.C. Smith out of Florida. How you doing, bub? Tallahassee,
I'm
baby.
doing good.
In the
I'm
house.
doing good. Just getting in from work. So,
Yeah.
I always run a little late on Tuesday, but I
Well.
try to jump in when I can.
We appreciate you out there doing your job, buddy. So,
Doing my best. I'm
doing
just
your best.
thankful that I ain't working in the bars right now.
No shit. Them people out of a job.
Yeah.
It's gonna,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the bartenders, the waitresses, the tips, all of that money is
Yeah.
gonna evaporate.
That's
And,
that's a big thing here in Tallahassee, man. It's
Oh,
a
well,
college
yeah.
town. You got a lot of college students.
Hey, we're in the middle of spring break, baby. The beaches out there are
Yeah,
full.
they
Are you
need to
shitting me?
stay there.
Yes,
yeah,
they
need to
are.
stay their asses home.
I
Yeah,
thought they would have canceled.
you try to cancel spring break down here. Nah, it ain't happening. You know,
Yeah.
they're,
Gonna have
they're,
to afford Florida either.
they're thick out there. And I heard from
Yeah.
Maestro today. I talked to him. I'm going to go see him tomorrow. And our friend PB is in.
Hey, you're supposed to be social distancing.
Where's the three
right.
things I ever go? I go to the post office.
Grocery store.
I go to the grocery store.
And you visit Maestro.
That's the three things I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
I ain't seen him in a while. I want to go by and see him, make sure he's got all his shit ready. He keeps telling me he does.
Keep it 3 feet
He
apart.
got, yeah. He got him an air
Thing you
fryer,
need
so we have much to talk about.
before you go over to his place, take your temperature.
Oh yeah. Well, I talked to him today. I said, "You all right?" Yeah. And then he told me about PB, and PB was using one of Maestro's bedrooms, and so told Maestro, okay. Wait, in Maestro's mama, Mela, was there and visiting and stuff. So I'm sure that they've cleaned the house. As a matter of fact, Maestro is one of them guys. Hey, he keeps a clean house anyway. He's the kind of guy that takes a picture of his food before he eats it. Look how pretty it's arranged on this plate. To me, the chicken would have already had a bite out of it. Half the peas would have been gone. Big hunk of mashed potatoes out of there.
Hey,
No.
hey, John.
Ah.
Hey, John, if they take a temperature of me, they'd have a very high reading. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I'm a hot Italian. I'm a hot
Nah, is that what it is? You know them
That's
Italians.
exactly what it is.
That's what it is. Are you bragging, buddy? Are you bragging right here on the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at there. Advertise it. Bonus Stelkin just donated $20 through Super Chat and said, keep on keeping on, both of you. Thank you. So saith Bonus Stelk. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, baby.
Greatly appreciated, y'all.
Yeah, mind y'all that these donations also go to, it's a we thing. Travis gets his share too, so don't, when you say both of you each, it supports this whole family, so we appreciate it on both ways.
We gotta get pet food too, so me and
And
Rose
the
are
cats
great.
have to eat every time I
The
turn
cats
around.
have
Really?
to eat, yeah.
What's it
Cat-
say about cats? Tell
Hey,
me something about cats
Oh,
over
hang
there.
on a
it's
second.
worth donating you guys.
He's going to tell me about
It's
cats.
worth donating
or
you
dogs.
guys.
Well, we appreciate it, Johnny. We really do.
Yes, we do.
I know you do.
Okay, and for the record, before I go saying any of this, and anybody can take it out of context, I am both a cat and dog person. I'm also an
Yeah?
exotic animals person, so I don't have bias between either or. But I do believe that dogs believe they are human and cats believe they are God.
That's right.
I do
That's
believe
right.
that.
That's
think-
why I used to always get cats.
I love
'cause,
cats.
See, we deity have to stick together, you know.
Ah. Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
You walk in the light, my friend. You walk in the light. Anyway.
I try.
That's right. Lisa Shaw says cats were once worshipped as gods. That's true.
That's right.
That is a
Yeah.
fact. I've
Yeah.
seen them carved on Egypt.
Egyptians used
That's
to.
right.
Yep. Egyptians
Yeah.
worshipped them.
Yeah. So does everybody else. So does everybody else. If you got a cat, you worship the cat.
The cat goddess was Basset
Was who?
from Egypt.
Oh, Visette?
Basset.
Ah.
They were able to do the test.
Who was that?
Be able to replicate the test. The
Oh,
Yale, New Haven,
Yes.
New Haven,
yeah. The
Yale
government
Hospital. They were able.
has removed restrictions
Hospital.
on hospitals and universities to come up with their own test. That's how unprepared we are. They have, and if you know how to make a test, jump in there, make us a test, and get on the road with it. They're relaxing all regulations and stuff to do just that, because we are behind the curve. The numbers are still low relatively because not that many, relatively speaking, to the population have been tested. So you don't know where it is, and if you don't know where it is, and you can't stop it.
Really quick, I just want to chime in here, and I agree with you, Bill. I love animals more than most people. Yeah, same here, dude.
Yeah.
I love
shit.
people. I love people.
I love certain people.
I
you know,
love
it's
my
like-
dog, and if my dog don't like you, well, then I've already got my suspicions. There you go. Why come my dog ain't wagging his tail?
Well, you know, I always say animals are sometimes are better, much better than people.
Well,
I'm telling you.
the thing about animals, pets, dogs, cats, donkeys, I believe they sense they know what my dog. If I'm a little pissed off and just sitting over there, she'll come over and lay next to me. She knows. Them cats out there, they
Yeah.
they know.
Yeah. My
Oh hell, he's
cat knows
pissed. Get out of here.
I'm going to bed.
Oh man.
Animals understand the unconditional love. and
Yes,
humans don't.
that's
That
exactly
Doors
what it
left
is.
cracked, and the light
Yeah.
goes out. It's time to hit the sack.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we've always been.
Oh, you have a cat. You have a cat at sea.
Yes, I do. I
Oh,
do
yeah.
have.
Lucky
Yeah,
you.
What's cat?
actually, I got the.
Oh, the cat has you.
What's the cat's name?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I fixed it. Yeah, I don't. It don't have a name.
It's just cat.
It only comes
Come
to
here,
kitty.
Oh,
Yeah.
just-
Come here, kitty.
Yeah. They
Name
don't
it.
come, the only thing they come to is kitty. So why the hell you gonna name it?
Actually,
That's very fair.
actually, the cat doesn't give a shit what you call him. He's gonna ignore your ass if he wants to anyway. You can
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
George or Kitty, whatever the hell it is. If they're not in the mood, they just kind of look at you and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's-
that's
that's-
part
Yeah,
of the,
I never-
that's
I never
part
did
of the
give her a name.
mistake, I guess.
Don't
So-
use that thing
I-
unless if you absolutely need it. I'm gonna go grab some water or something because my tongue is dry. I'll be right back.
Use what then?
The mouse. Only use it if
Uh-oh.
you have to.
You-
Don't let him break
You better,
anything. Yeah, I'm
you
hurrying
better
up as fast.
fasten it down, Travis.
Well, I need
Fasten
him.
it down.
Well, yeah, but that's like, if the house catches on fire, I gotta leave the door
You know how
unlocked
it
so they
is.
can get out. So.
Don't touch
Oh,
that. Touch what? Don't touch that. You mean this?
No, don't fasten him down. Fasten the mic. down.
That's the way it is. You tell somebody, don't touch that. It's the first thing I want to do. I want to touch it. Why? Why can't I touch it? Anyway,
Well, touch it and find out.
yeah. No, I prefer not to. I prefer not to touch the damn thing because I'll lose it.
Uh,
Like I said, yeah. Boy, howdy shit. I'm throwing off my game tonight a little bit. Anyway, that's your cue, Velda. Save me.
I heard you fell asleep at dinner yesterday.
Oh, yes, I did. I guess so. Last night, I had a nice dinner, and then I sat on the couch, and I was going to get up and do my rant. And I'd already put out a message saying I'm late, and then that's the last thing I heard. So until it was like, I don't know, 10:30.
yeah, I kept checking.
Well,
I kept checking and
time
checking.
to
I
go to
thought,
bed.
did I miss it?
That's all right. I got her
Yeah.
back.
That happens.
I woke up at about
Good
like,
day of work and a good
Other
meal. Puts you right
yeah,
out.
it will. It will. I was pretty wore out too. So, and but
Needed to sleep.
I feel better today. So
That's good.
yeah, I got a bunch of sleep. I guess I've been messing out on a little bit of it because I lay there at night
Well,
with
your
all
body-
sorts of shit running through my head.
Your body tells you at some point, John, it's like, I need my rest, and it does.
Yeah, but this is my release. This is really it is. These family meetings are truly
Yeah.
a release for me, and my rants are the steam valve. And but at times, even when there's shit going on, you have that difficulty of getting it put right because you feel like you said this, you did this, deja vu. Didn't we do this last month? Wait a minute, in this story, because it has been since this man took office. It has been one shit show after another, one
After
embarrassment
another.
and
A
disgrace.
nightmare.
A nightmare since this man came into office, and that's why it is so important that and we witnessed it on the debate stage the other day that those two candidates are fighting like hell. Bernie's not going to give up, baby. And who knows, with everything that's going on right now, there's a lot of people second thinking some of these liberal ideas about everybody getting health care. Maybe that would reduce the spread of it, and a universal income, for poor people. And I understand. Let me see. Oh yeah, Stephanie Hill posted in there a little while ago that would be limited, the $1,000 if for those making under $85,000 a year. Gia, if you make $86,000, I feel bad for you. About 5 seconds. That's what I was talking about.
Boy.
Because we can't be ignorant. Because there would be people that would soak this up. That $1,000 to them it's not even change. It's nothing to them. As we were speaking the other day with the rice pile of what Jeff Bezos owns, and a mound of rice, and pulling out like 6 or 7 pieces of rice and going, that's his house. That's how much he pays for his house. So it doesn't even affect this big mound of shit. There are those in this country that don't need this. And are going to be just fine. We spoke about it the other day that we saw massive runs to the grocery store. And if you've got a good, nice cushion in your bank account, you can do that. But there is a whole lot of people out here that can't do that. And if they have the money, they have enough money to buy probably the normal bill of groceries. So when they go to the store and it's not there, then that's hurting your neighbors. That's hurting the people that live around you that use that store. Travis came back, or Rose came back the other day from the store, and the whole discussion down at Dollar General was that somebody had just left and had over $1,000 bill when they walked out. What the
Jesus
hell
Christ.
do you buy at
At
Dollar
Dollar
General that you could spend $1,000 in? Did you buy all the stuff in the back, the stock or whatever? I don't,
Shit.
I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah, $1,000. How would you
You might
spend
be behind
$1,000 in a Dollar General unless you were just buying up some stock? And I don't know. But
I
Imagine
wouldn't do
being-
that.
there's
The
no
thing
need
I'm-
for it. Go ahead, Belda.
Every month I do my grocery shopping, and I've been doing it through Walmart. I'll go online and I'll buy whatever I want. I get whatever I want in the cart, and then I go back down to the cart and go, "Oh, my price is too high."
Yeah.
What can
Oh.
I get rid of? Okay, this one can go back, this can go back, and this can go back. But when
I'm
it's
good
all
at that
done,
game. Yeah.
I'm good at 250.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is 31 days of breakfasts,
Yeah.
lunches, and
Exactly.
dinners.
Exactly.
And it's got dog food, cat food, and toilet paper if needed,
Yeah.
bleach and laundry soap when needed, and dish soap,
Yeah. Sound like my shopping
and
list.
body soap, and shampoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets a little bit more because I'm having to buy non-perishable
Oh yeah.
items,
Yeah.
and so yeah.
Yeah. We have to when I plan. You know, we have to
Paper
plan
bag for something.
several boxes of macaroni and cheese to be spread out. You know, macaroni and cheese in
Mhm.
this, macaroni and cheese in that. That makes a meal. You space out how many potatoes you need to buy. Yeah. I buy our little filthy habit is old folks sausage patties. You can find them in your freezer section. They're great
Mhm.
little sausage patties. Love them. And I cook those a lot. Marcia loves them with her gravy and toast.
You
I love
guys
'em.
like stir fry?
Oh, I
Yeah.
love stir fry.
You like stir
Are
fry
you
with
shitting me?
noodles? Buy a box of
Oh yeah.
that cheap top ramen.
Mm-hmm.
Take and cook your noodles half done, and then go ahead and do up your stir fry, and then throw those noodles over in your stir fry.
Well, I had
Goes
you
so
can-
much
I had
further.
ramen noodles yesterday. Not because I had to, because
Yeah.
I wanted to. I like them.
Oh, you can get creative with the damn.
Oh,
things.
you-
So don't get me
I
wrong.
got tickled. I wish Travis was in here. He'll be back here in a minute. Travis says, "Oh, Dad, look, you got to see this video I saw on YouTube." Yeah, okay, what is it? I was expecting something. You know, he said it's about MREs. I said, "MREs, meals ready to eat." He said, "Yeah, that stuff." And I said, "Well, that's not what they called it in my day." He said, "No, they call it something different on this show." I said, "C rations?" He goes, "Yeah, that's it." Shit. This guy had a box of C rats from, I think it was 1968 or 69 or something like that. An unopened box. And he went through it and opened it up. And it had a can of spaghetti and meat sauce and some cheese and crackers and a pack of Marlboro. They were always in there. Let me see what else. Oh, chiclets and something else that didn't age
bars?
well. No, had the little
Trojans?
toothbrush thing. Oh, I remember them. That one was spaghetti. You got lucky, buddy. Shit, back in that day, spaghetti was a good thing. What you hated to see was cold beans and motherfuckers. Being a can of beans
Ham and eggs.
and the meat would be like little Vienna sausages, and it said meat Frank, and that's what it was, meat Frank. But it was a large M
Meat
and
Frank.
a large F, so they naturally got the
You know,
name. You got cold beans and motherfucker. So
You know what?
That's
You
what
know
you
what, John? I love the Campbell's baked beans, and I miss them because now that I'm diabetic, I have to stay away from like the
Oh,
beans
man.
that have no sugar in
I
it.
like baked beans.
I can eat string beans, but I can't eat the bean and bacon.
Yeah, it's like my brother. He
You
can't
know,
eat anything green. I think it's a story he's making up, but he's held to it for years
No,
and
it
years
sucks.
and years.
Well,
No,
you
it
know,
can't.
History Channel.
that's
History
bullshit.
Channel's got a new show coming out called Eating History, where these two guys they find all this old food that's been around for years and they eat it. So I'm interested in seeing how that show's going to go. I can't remember when it starts, but that's the name of it, called Eating History. And they're like pulling out
That's cool.
like what you just said, finding old like sea rations and stuff, and they're opening them up to eat them and
Oh, man.
see how they still taste like.
It'll go
like
till
old
somebody
boxes of
dies.
cereal.
Linda
Yeah,
Shaw out there just says one word: spam.
Oh,
Spam, spam,
Gross.
spam, 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 spam.
Everybody's
hate
got a
that.
spam story.
Yeah.
Eat spam now.
Oh, we used to get
Low
crazy.
sodium
likes it
spam's
and
not
likes
so
to put
bad.
cloves in it and cook it and bake it. That's the way Wayne likes it.
My
I'm going, oh, gross, not in my kitchen.
my mother
Spam is
used
no
to-
worse than sausage.
Yeah, you just don't look at what's in it. That's fine. It'll taste great. Don't worry. My mother
King
used to
rectum.
open the can, slop it out of there, scrape all that, jelly-looking stuff off of it, and put it right in the middle of a baking pan, bake it for a few minutes to get it warm, and then she'd pull it out after she had made mashed potatoes, and then she would just mound the mashed potatoes all around it, sprinkle cheese on it, and put it back in baked Alaska. That's what she called it, baked Alaska. So pull it, you slice it up. You get your Spam sliced there and your potatoes. And there you go. Get you some green beans, and that was dinner. So I grew up on a lot of Spam. And still, to this day, a lot of people still love it. That's why it's still on the show.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, Spam and eggs.
I eat it. I got no problem with cutting me up a couple slices, throwing it in the skillet, giving it a good cooking, and putting on some bread and eating it.
I'll use it as a substitute for ham when I make beans.
There you
bean
go.
Soup or
There you
or split pea soup.
I have been known to use it for bait, and yeah, it works. So there you go. Even fish like it. So what are you gonna do?
I'll give you all
He
my
told me
spam
not to.
for fish food.
Shit. I'm gonna break shit. That's it. I'm gonna break shit. Get my lucky dollar up there. I swear I ain't never seen a dollar with that many sevens. Let me see. I don't know if I can do this. If you'd be amazed.
What are you doing?
What's that? What'd you say, Velda?
I said, what are you doing? Oh, you brought Dennis into the room.
Yes, I did. Dennis Valadez, how are you doing, bub?
Howdy, John.
I'm doing
Travis
fine.
with you?
He'll be in here shortly. He just stepped out for a minute. Do you see who else is in the room?
Nobody.
Jen.
Oh, very
Jen.
nice.
Yes.
Welcome
Jen.
back, Jen.
There you go.
Hi, Dennis.
Jen is one of our
Glad to see
moderators.
you.
She hasn't been with us for a while, but Jen is one of our moderators. So that's how come we're all tickled to death to see her.
Dennis is speechless.
Yeah.
Dennis is speechless.
Dennis
I
has
just
been
noticed-
fighting the crowds
That's a new
today.
You were doing what,
Oh,
Dennis?
man.
I'm sorry.
The crowds today just, I mean,
Where- Where'd you go?
the grocery system is completely jacked here because there's a lot of people here. Too many people in San Antonio.
That's a lot of people, buddy. You know, and it's hard to
And
break.
everybody's scared. So, I mean, it's like all these stores are just opening and just getting product to the store. They're like 80% of the stores are empty.
Oh, hey, Dennis is in here. Hey, man.
It's like
There you go.
apocalypse, like
It's
crazy.
sad.
I've
It
never
is
seen
sad.
anything like.
You know,
I
it's worrisome, is what it is. You know,
The
W, I've got to step out. Bring me back in. Travis, I'm going to step out. Bring me back in.
they called in the governor called in the National Guard today.
yes, I heard that today. Yes, the governor called in the
And I
National
think
Guard here in
we're,
Texas.
We're a breath away from the Stafford Act.
Boy, howdy shit.
So Dennis spent all afternoon getting a weapon for his house.
Did you have luck for that?
Yes, I did. Finally, after the
Good.
fourth store.
Good.
Good.
It's sad because the other day we had family friends come over to teach their kids gun safety, and they went to go buy them a little 22. And the stores were packed
Yeah.
of people just trying to buy firearms. It was ridiculous.
It is scary. Yeah,
We went to this one store, and they have a sister store in Vegas somewhere. And it's a pretty good-sized store. I mean, it wasn't small. It wasn't like a little strip mall center. It was fairly big. And they bought out every gun in the place. Every gun, every piece of ammo. The store's empty. It's got, like, accessories.
That's scary.
Be damn.
There is no ammunition here at all.
That's terrifying.
That is. It is. That is scary. I don't have a massive ammunition. Yeah, I got a box for everything.
I think I've got about 25, 22
I don't
bullets.
plan on shooting anybody. Unless you come up here trying to hurt my family or something, then you're gonna have a bad day. And get me off guard there. John I Fly, buddy, donated $5 to Super Chat and said, I hope everyone takes the health experts' suggestions. Wash the hands, do the elbow bumps, etc. And oh, by the way, be gone, Trump, so saith Johnny Fly. Be gone,
Amen,
you
Johnny
idiot.
Fly.
Amen, brother. Yep, that's
But
the big
I
thing.
wanted to say I wanted to say fuck Trump, but it won't let me now.
Oh, you
They
want-
must
you
be
can't
getting
say fuck
wise
Trump
to our
on
little
here.
tricks.
Yeah, you can't say that on here. Yeah, we're.
You say Johnny
Yeah.
Fly?
Sure
He
you can.
tried to say fuck Trump right there.
I tried to
On
say
the
about
show.
Trump and they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that
Put
on here.
enough heart in it. That's my problem.
You,
You got to put
No, they
heart
get wise
Uh,
to it.
that.
Dennis noticed my shirt when
I
it when
did.
he was in the chat. He said, "Hey, nice shirt." There you go, baby. And if you haven't noticed it, it is Obama in his famous speech when he said, basically, what I'm saying is, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. That's what Obama said.
And basically, what I'm trying to say,
There-
without one too many words, is fuck Trump.
Fuck Trump. I think that's what it is. You do it so much better than I do.
It's not. I can't do his voice, but his speaking pattern is
I
very
can't do
unique.
anybody's voice.
His speaking pattern is very unique, and it's pretty fun to do.
I only know one.
Not even doing this in the
There you
most.
go.
I'm not doing this in a way to make fun of him. Doing it because I respect the guy. He's a really good guy.
Y'all
Good.
see the video? The guy, I can't think of his name, but he does Obama impressions, and he was there with Joe Biden, and he had Joe Biden cracking up. This guy,
Was it
he's
one of the?
funny. I can't think of his name.
Key and Peele guys. One of the. It was
That's
one
right,
of them, I
Pepsi
think,
Max.
right? I can't remember his name now. But I know who you're
I can't
talking
think of the
about.
guy's name. Yeah, it wasn't the guy that was on Bill Maher that time doing Obama. But,
No, it was
yeah,
the other
I
guy.
can't think of this guy's name.
Oh wait, no.
So,
In that case, maybe it ain't
anyway.
Key and Peele. I know one of two, and I know it's one of those two that you're talking about. Because I saw that too. It was pretty great.
You know what impression I do? I
Who?
do it good too.
Who?
It's that guy, in that song.
John.
Yeah, it's that guy in the song. When they walk up to him, the cameraman asks him, he says, "Pardon me, sir, did you see what happened?" Well, I'm the guy that can imitate. Yeah, I did. There you go.
Oh, Ray Stevens.
Pardon me, sir, did you see what happened? Yeah, I did.
Well, don't look,
That's it.
Ethel.
Don't look, Ethel. Too late. She done got mooned.
Travis.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Dennis.
I saw your video late last night, and I planned on responding, but it hit me so hard I couldn't respond.
Thank you, Dennis.
Like on a different level. I was so
I
awestruck.
tried to share it on my Facebook, and my,
Oh, yeah,
my post went out, but
my
the video didn't
profile-
go with it because his profile wouldn't allow me
Yeah,
to.
I didn't think about it. Well, I wasn't really trying
I
to
was
speak.
proud of it.
I wasn't really trying to speak out in a way that it was like I wanted people to listen to me. It was more of a way of just talking. You know what I mean? Like, social isolation is something I kind of do by default because I'm all the way out here, and I rarely get to see people, and I'm not really complaining about it, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but sometimes you just have to talk. And it was funny because by the time that was done, I looked at it and go, "Oh shit! I just bore my friends for 18 goddamn minutes and didn't realize that
My
much
son
time."
did a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
I
share
was-
it one of these
I
days.
watched every
couldn't see
word.
it.
It was. I felt like you were talking directly to me. It was very.
I think he was
I
there.
couldn't even see it though. I tried to look at it.
I think
It
he
on
was
your
talking to
page.
all of his friends. I'll tell you something about my kids. What I wrote when I shared that video on Facebook that nobody saw was that that the compassion and the empathy that my sons show make me a very proud father, and I do. My sons have compassion. They have empathy for people less fortunate than them, and we're not high on the ladder, baby, but we know our place. You can't mold your life over the material things in life that you think is going to freaking make you happy. I tell people I used to make money for a living. Now I don't. So I'm happier now. I'm on my own little piece of land out here, and I'm good with that.
Here's the bottom line.
Anyway, whatever I was saying.
Out of all the things that I said in that video, I just want everybody to take away this one, I think, and that's please be respectful to those out there. Like, if you can just give a genuine hello, like if you have to go out,
Yeah.
give a genuine hello and a thank you to someone working the grocery store because they're working tireless hours to not lose their job and be able to pay their bills, even if it means risking their health. Because unfortunately, we don't live in a society or a country that respects you in a way of, we need you to work and we're going to pay you shit pay. We're not giving you sick days. Rose, for example, she can get sick leave, but she doesn't have much of it. And right now, it's like that facility has so many people coming in.
200 and some odd patients.
Yeah,
in
and
there.
it's just a scary thought. But she
Rose is the cook, the chef.
She got, and she, probably the head chef by now, and she can't leave.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta go there and feed everybody.
the bottom line is just, try to be knowledgeable of those around you. Think about the people behind you when you go and pick up a jar of peanut butter or bread. Get what you need, and that's it.
It's going to be there when
Because
you need it again.
This is not a hurricane. This thing's not going to go blowing through and
Yeah,
destroying
it's not going
everything.
to destroy the store.
So
It's not going to destroy the supply chain.
And HEB even had to come out and say it, our local
Yes.
grocery company here in Texas. And that's simply, we are in a better position now to supply Texas for months to come. So don't hoard. We got to stay inside, people. That's all there is to it. So don't be an asshole. Don't buy up all the fucking toilet paper.
Yeah, don't buy all the fucking
Fucks.
toilet paper. That's what the whole damn thing is. Everybody's making a joke at it, but when you go to the store, lo and behold, no toilet paper. Are you shitting me? Diarrhea it's not a symptom. Are you scared? And if you're scared shitless, well, you shouldn't be needing the toilet paper for a while. So
Just be good to one another is all I'm trying to say, because that was
That
the
is-
problem with my video.
But-
I realized when I started talking, it's like I can go off on so many different tangents because there's so much that needs to be said. And the bottom line is
Hey,
we
you know
cannot
what?
forget this, because it's like every time there's a
'Cause we're
mass
family.
shooting. Every time there's a mass shooting, we gotta talk about it later. We can't talk about it now. It's too soon, too sensitive. This is a big fuck up, y'all, and we need to hold these people accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
uh,
let's never forget this shit when it's all said and,
And-
done. We're
and
all
here's-
healthy again.
Karen Van Wyck just donated. Wick. I always say Wick. I'm sorry, dear. I keep seeing that Y in there. Karen Van Wyck just donated $3, and here's a there is a horrible virus infesting the whole world. Please stop the spread of Donald Trumpitis. So sad, Karen Van Wyck. Like,
I agree.
God, I'm just tongue-tied tonight.
Like a shock collar on you every time
I
you
know it.
mispronounce her last name. I'm gonna be like
Hey,
Zap.
John.
Hey,
Well, I
What?
heard that they're going
You know
to
what just ran
rename
through
it
my
from-
head? Carolee Batson. That's the name. Whenever I
that
say
they're going to-
Karen Cormier, I always and then make an ass.
What was
out
that,
of myself.
Jen?
I heard they're going to change the name of it from Corvid to Kofefi
Kofefi.
45.
Yeah,
Kofefi for-
45.
Thank you,
Oh my
Jen,
God.
for starting that one. I love it. Kofefi 45. That's what the disease is in this country. And it has spread, but I think we're starting to get it under control.
And really quick, Dennis,
Hey,
what
you
were
know
you gonna
what?
say?
I'm sorry, Dennis.
Oh no, I was basically I wanted to say that I don't really measure the richness of a person by their wealth. It's more the level of respect and love a person has, and I think John and Travis are the richest people I know.
Yes,
Richest
they
people I know,
are.
buddy.
Well, I mean, we're amongst y'all, and y'all are some of the richest people I know.
I
So
mean-
I think we're a rich family together, man.
You know, I've said this before about this family. What tickles me is the conversations that I see and the friendships that have been made in this chat. And in a world of technology and advancements and all that, it's good to have friends online. It's good to have people come into the Blue Room after the show, or on and off day. There's people packed in there talking, and it's a way that any family should be. And in this family, we have a wide diversity of people, and so I just ask you to be respectful to each other, be open to each other. We are all on this same boat on this side, and we're paddling in the same direction. That's why I was so proud to see Bernie and Biden say that whoever comes out of that convention has the support, because we have to bring this family together. We are a diverse family. We are a diverse party, and we're sometimes have a tendency to paddle in different directions. But come November, baby, we all got to be paddling in one direction to get rid of the Trump virus.
Hopefully things
Don't
won't
hoard
be.
the toilet paper.
Covfefe 45. I got it.
I think what sealed his fate is when he told the states to go find it yourselves. I think
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
ended his
figure that one.
presidency.
That
Yeah.
was ignorant.
And he's trying to
Yeah.
do that like, well, I'm giving them authority to go ahead and do that themselves because the law said that you do not be able to do this. So I'm the hero here. Are you shitting me? You are so behind
Hey, I like-
everything.
I like that response that Governor Cuomo gave him. Trump said, "Oh well, he needs to do this or whatever." fine thing. And he gave it right back to me. He says, no. He says, you're the president of the United States. You need to start acting like it.
That's it.
What he
That's
told
it.
me.
Yeah.
You have not seen this man stand up and utter anything at the podium that made any sense at all. Bill, you were fixing to say something, buddy. I walked on you.
Yeah, no worries. I was just going to say on a lighter note, someone earlier was asking about Trump toilet paper.
Yeah.
And
That's
you can
some
Google TrumpToiletPaper.com, or you can go on Amazon and in the search thing, hit the little search magnifying glass and write Trump toilet paper. And there are several options. There's several different kinds.
There you go.
Bill, you're a genius.
Once you use it, you need to package it up and send it to 1600 Pennsylvania
Yeah,
Avenue.
Yeah, no shit.
I like that.
That's an excellent idea. Where's my? That's an
Maybe he'll
excellent
get the
idea,
hint.
Bill Jones.
You're giving me a devious plan
Yes,
there, buddy.
Go ahead. There may be need for toilet paper. We're just recycling. That's all.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, thank you, Bill, for that one.
Recycle it.
That's right. Recycle that shit.
It would be so.
Literally.
Can you imagine being the guy that's in the mailroom opening those boxes?
Oh Lord, I'm telling you that. A friend of mine.
No,
Alan,
they
ahead.
probably have dogs sniffing at it.
Yeah, they do. It's from some poor
Get you with
swab
biological
off-
warfare.
off location has to do that stuff. Probably in a hazmat suit, opening everyone because
Don't
it's
worry,
probably
none
not.
of the dogs like him either.
Yeah, no.
No, they're smart. That's why.
That's it. Yep. What I seen a little meme. Oh, Altor's. Look what Altor said right there. Look at that shit on our chat.
What does it say? I can't
It
read
says
from
"fuck
here.
Trump" right there.
Yes.
Right there in the chat.
Oh my
It
God.
says "fuck Trump." Hey, Greg Talbot. I got. Oh, by the way, Travis. I got a message from Greg.
What's up?
He might be down here later on, and he wants to go out to dinner.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to him, Greg. We've
Let's do
already
it.
had the opportunity to meet Greg, and he's out in California, baby. And we, Travis and I, had the great opportunity to meet him. He was a great guy.
It was awesome.
It was
really fun
awesome.
Looks like-
conversations.
Yeah.
Looks
Watching.
like Biden's pretty much got Florida.
Yes,
Oh, is the polls
yes,
coming
we
in?
almost forgot that tonight
it's
is a
7
primary.
o'clock
That's
already.
right. Yes, Florida, Illinois, and Arizona. And speaking of Arizona, and before we get into the polls, we'll check it out during this little thing.
Well, it's funny because we're already an hour 20 into the show, so I guess we'll
Yeah.
finally decide to do two
Well,
for
maybe
blue.
we'll go a little bit. Yeah, we'll go a little over or something. Yeah, let's do our two for blue, and we are indeed doing Arizona. Mark Kelly is up against McSally down there in Arizona. Today is the primary, so I'm pretty sure he is going to take he's going to win down there in the primary. He's going to be the man down there, so we're trying to do this to take a few bucks and donate it to these senatorial races in red states, especially. If you're in a blue state, no better place to put your money than in a red state that's trying to turn the corner, baby. And Mark Kelly is trying to do that down there in Arizona, and you can contact him.
Yeah, so if you want to send a donation to Mark Kelly, all you have to do is go to his website, markkelly.com. If you want to send postcards and letters of your concerns, whether you're in Arizona or abroad, feel free to send that at P.O. Box 27202, Tucson, Arizona 85726. And if you want to follow his campaign and see what he's up to online, you can go and follow him at Captain Mark Kelly. That is at CAPT Mark Kelly. And you can find him over there on Twitter.
We'll leave that up there for a minute. Anybody want to write that down? But the idea is, and this is our fourth senator that we've Senate race that we've singled out. We've done Maine, we've done Kentucky, we've done South Carolina, and now we're doing Arizona. And we're not done. We're going to try to do this every week to highlight a senator and take down their information. Just because we're doing him this week doesn't mean you can't donate to him later on.
And just because we're promoting Mark Kelly at the moment doesn't mean you can not, or you don't have to go after another candidate you feel strongly for and want to help their campaign out. This is just promoting the idea that
And
we're
he a
all,
badass. That's an
Yeah,
astronaut, buddy.
When I picked the picture, I'm like, I'm going to pick the astronaut photo. I could pick him out in a suit and all that, but come on, he's an astronaut, folks. Shit, he's got to be somewhat smart, right?
Look at the training they have to go through.
Right.
Hey, your ship's about to blow up. What do you do? Well, I calmly get
He's
over
a former
here
fighter
and
pilot,
read the
too.
book and then flip this switch over here. And just,
Isn't
you know.
most astronauts
Yeah.
like former fighter pilot experience?
Yes, you have
and
to.
all that
Yeah,
other stuff?
most of
So,
the
yeah.
astronauts go through fighter training or come from that field.
In other
anyway.
words, just multiple levels of badass,
Yeah,
if you ask me.
yeah.
So.
And I guarantee you, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, you're flying a fighter jet, baby. And there are several.
Beats the hell out of McSally.
I mean to tell you, that's what I'm saying. Beats the hell out of her. MJ Hager here in Texas running for the Senate. She is an Army veteran pilot. The one in Tennessee, what's her name? We did her.
Kentucky.
I'm sorry, Kentucky. I'm sorry, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Amy McGrath.
Amy McGrath.
Amy McGrath.
Yep.
She is also a pilot veteran. Baby, the ladies have stepped up, and these are people that you can not only be proud of, you can have confidence in them. I guarantee you, training for pilot training, no matter what aircraft you're flying, requires a certain amount of calm, as do air traffic controllers. They got people's lives in their hand, and they have to maintain calm and know what to do next. And so we want that in the Senate.
It's funny you mentioned that. There's a game I'm hoping to get one of these days. It's a air traffic controller simulator, and it actually
Lord.
does vocal recognition, so you actually speak out the
Oh, no
commands.
shit.
And I want to get good at that because I respect their job, and I want to know what it's
I'm
like to
telling
sit in their shoes.
I would not want to be there.
I wouldn't either. That's why I'm glad there's a simulator for it to feel
Yeah.
the experience.
I have a high respect for him. I know.
Hey, Travis and John.
Yeah.
When I was a student pilot, I had the unique opportunity to go up into a control tower down in Reading, Pennsylvania, which is about 30 miles south of me.
Uh-huh.
And I got to be able, he explained the whole thing. You could see the radar screens, and he could look at that particular dot on the screen, and he pointed out the window. There was a plane climbing out. He said, that's from Philadelphia, and he told me the flight number and everything. So, yeah, it's a very fascinating job. Very stressful.
It's a
Absolutely.
very stressful job, and the pressure. I can only imagine. My squadron had a mid-air collision with a NASA aircraft because of a mistake of an air traffic controlman on final approach, and it did not end well for anybody, not him either. And so the pressure of having all those lives in your hands is something that only special people can do. You know, you got to be able to keep your shit together. And Mark Kelly, I think, would be one to do it down in Arizona.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's a class act.
yes, he is. And if anybody wondering, that's Gabby Giffords' husband, by the way.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Gabby Gifford was the one that was shot in Arizona, a senator there. You wanna say?
Saving that little girl, right? Or what?
Well, no, somebody shot up, and several of her aides, I think, got shot. There were several people shot that day.
Yeah, but I think
It was an idiot in the
yeah.
crowd
Yeah.
with a gun.
I remember it because I just remember where I was that day, and I remember turning on the news. I was
Yeah.
away from here, and I got
She
the
was
news
shot
on
in the
that, and I
head.
was like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
that was
And we
Wasn't that like 2012? Didn't that happen like just before the damn what was the school that got shot up the kids? Not Collins, the elementary school. Jesus
Sandy
Christ.
Hook.
Sandy Hook?
Yeah, Sandy Hook.
Yeah, that was right before-
Sandy Hook.
I
I
think
think
that
that
was-
happened. Yeah.
Wasn't that like? I mean, and I hate to put it in these terms, but it was before mass shootings were becoming a normal. I think maybe
Yeah.
I mean or
Yeah,
around that time where they were
yeah.
on the elevation. I think that's why it was so shocking to me, and I can still remember it back then. And then after that, they started happening so
Yeah.
often, it's hard to keep track of or remember every
Well,
single
that
one.
upset
So,
me. That upset me what he about being aimed at the kids like that. They're defenseless little children.
Yeah.
How could
Yeah.
you do?
Well,
Takes
looking
a sick
back,
man.
we all
Yeah.
thought everything was going to change after Sandy Hook. And we all thought things were going to change. Well, they thought they were going to change after Columbine,
Republican.
after Parkland, after Sutherland down here in Texas. We haven't done shit. We haven't done shit.
Now there's
We keep
No,
there's
the
8
Republicans
bills
are
sitting in
making
the Senate.
right now.
Go ahead.
And we're not going to get
The
those bills
Republicans
moved.
got in. You're not.
No, McConnell's sitting on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the
Because he
reasons.
doesn't want to push that through. Like I
No.
said, since the Republicans got in, the NRA, oh, yeah, you can't take our guns away. And it's not that we're taking their guns away. We don't want to take
No,
anybody's
Jim.
guns away, but want responsible
That's a
people
talking
have
point.
guns, not, you know.
What bothers me
Yeah.
is the more you get this fantasy in your freaking head of you're getting ready to shoot your neighbors. What is that? The rest of that statement? I just don't understand it. Who are you getting ready to shoot if not your neighbors? I know when this place floods, there ain't a soul on this street would ask anybody, hey, are you a Republican, Democrat, or it doesn't matter. You need help, you ain't got a boat, somebody's going to be there to help you. That's the way it is. After a hurricane, ain't nobody asking them questions. You come together, you help. This is no different. This is no different. This is nationwide. There's no reason to hurt your neighbor for a fear that isn't necessary. It's going to be fine as long as we hold together. There's nobody going to come running to your house to steal your food. I don't think it's going to get like that, baby. If the stores were to have that bad of a problem, well, you don't know the fine experiences of eating MREs until you see today's MREs, which are hell of a nice meals, I'm telling you. Last time I was eating one was down after Katrina in New Orleans. That was the basic meal of the day, 3 times a day. But you were down there to do a job, so, there weren't too many restaurants open at that time. Every disaster, and I've seen my share, people come together. And to be very in defense of what I believe would be the general public, except for a few exceptions that I've seen online, which will get highlighted. When I went to the store, everybody in there was kind, courteous, commenting to each other, how you doing? We're doing fine. Y'all take care. Okay. That kind of stuff. And it made me feel good when I went to the register, got checked out and everything. The card went through, took that deep breath. Yep, baby, all right, we're good. And I didn't see anybody being rude. There was no toilet paper. There were no paper towels. There were no napkins. There were no paper products at all. So a lot of people aren't figuring, well, I ain't washing dishes during this shit. So we're eating a lot of paper
A lot
plates
of
and
that, and a
napkins.
lot of people can be assholes on Facebook and social media. But
Oh, yeah.
when it comes to the real one, they're just, So yeah, we just all we all gotta stick together.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck inside. Spring break. Who gives a shit? This is Florida. You can go to the beach anytime.
That's gonna
You
be a
know, I know-
legendary
I know a
quote
lot
from here
I know a
on.
lot of people come from out of state. To go
Tell that
do
to all
it
the
and
college
that,
students fixing to head your way.
I don't know why. I just those
Stay
words
your
just
ass
are gonna
home.
stick with me now. From
Yeah.
S.C. Smith, spring break. Who gives a shit? S.C. Smith. Spring break.
There you
Who
go.
gives
Gives
a
a
shit?
You know,
buddy.
when I was in high school, yeah, it was nice to go on spring break. That's when I was in high school. I can understand. You need to, when you're in college and stuff, you want to go out and you want to get your spring break and have fun.
Absolutely.
But this year, it's just not the time to do it.
No.
It's not the time to do it. You ever heard of Michael Rappaport? He's a comedian.
Yep.
He's been in a
Actor.
few movies. But he has a Facebook page, and man, he gets on there and he just goes off. I mean, he's like, stay your little fucking asses in the house.
Thank you,
Fuck
Greg.
it,
You too,
fuck,
buddy.
fuck.
So good.
He's just there. He posts today, and he's got like this damn big ass mask on. Like if you were like cutting auto parts, a big glass shield to keep something flying in your face. He's got one of them on. And he's just going off on the spring breakers. And he's funny, and then people are like, hey, take your meds, man, calm down. But he's just, and every other word is the F this, F that, you little F this, F that.
Yes.
Stay the fuck-
Sometimes someone has to say it though. Someone has to be the one
Yeah.
to say it. No, I'm definitely
You know,
giving my
I,
ass here because unfortunately, me and Rose were gonna go to our first nerd convention in
Oh, yeah,
5
that's right.
years. And now I'm not going to be able to see Dennis either because I'm not going there. So I can't go to San Antonio because I know San Antonio's a hot spot right
They
now.
closed it down anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's-
Yeah.
Things happen. We got to get over. Like I said the other night, there's a good chance that Florida State, my basketball team, was probably going to win the NCAA tournament. In basketball, but it's
Sure
not
they
gonna
were,
happen now.
SC. We
you know?
believe you, buddy. We
Yeah,
believe you.
yeah. Well, Dick Vitale.
Dallas was going to
thinks
win
so,
too, but hey, this screwed up the whole thing. Won't have training.
But no, well, NCAA basketball and baseball, it's a totally different sport from football. When you get to those basketball and baseball tournaments, you never know. Some little school from bumfuck Egypt could come in there and win it all.
Oh, baby.
The
Any given day.
University of
given day.
Dallas on the south side of Austin it's crazy. These schools you never even heard of before, and they come in there and they can just kick ass.
They bust balls, and there you
They're
go.
hungry. They want that win.
And then somebody always steps
They're
up.
hungry
Well,
and they
I
want
was
the
keeping
win.
an eye on them. Shut up.
Really quick, I just want to call out this comment because I saw it go by because now this is going to be on my to-do list. Don Little asked me, have I ever heard anything about the Barefoot Bandit? And it was a
Barefoot
team
Bandit?
that studied and stole aircraft. And then I just did a very quick Google search. And yeah, apparently this teenager has stole thousands of dollars of property, including several small aircraft, boats, and multiple cars, all committed while he was a teenager.
Yep.
So I'm going to read into this because this sounds like an interesting
I remember
story.
seeing one of the when he stole an airplane, and they had him on the world news. That's when I remember it. That's the only one I remember. But yeah, I remember that.
You don't plan
story.
on stealing any airplanes, Travis, do you?
Hell no, I hate flying. I love flying, but I hate flying.
Oh, man.
I love aviation and aircraft and all that stuff, but I hate flying. I've only flown once, and that was a nightmare. No,
Oh,
sorry,
my God.
twice.
What's the
Love
matter
to fly,
with
jump
you?
out of
It's
them. It doesn't matter. Up in the air,
Turbulence,
baby. I
man.
love
That's what's wrong with me.
it. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
why do
religious
you think-
people would say
why do
you're
you
just
think-
closer to God up there. That's all.
Why do you think I came up with the name John I Flyer?
I know.
No,
John, I fly.
Don't get me wrong. Again, I love aviation. I've been a sucker for aviation. Love flight simulators. I'm excited for Microsoft's next flight sim that's hopefully coming out this year. I love flying. But my God, keep my ass down on the ground when I can because
I don't have
Jesus,
to worry about
turbulence
it.
is scary.
I have a wife that will not get near an airplane, so
Yeah.
I don't need that. How much are airline tickets, John? Shit, if I know. How much gas does it take to get there? That's the question.
Hey, I can't wait to get in an airplane. Like
Oh,
I
I-
said, if you ever have a get together and stuff, and I decide to fly down, kid in the candy store on the plane.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there's
There
that
you go.
comedian. There's a comedian called James Gregory. He gets in a skit about the flying the airplane. He's talking about he's a big guy, and he's talking about how he's getting on this commercial, not a full size commercial flight, but like a little plane, and he's getting ready to get on there, and the guy asks him how much he weighs. He's like, "Why you need to know how much I weigh?" He goes, "So we know how much fuel to put in the plane." He goes, "Fill it up, fill it up."
Not only that, there's weight restrictions too.
Yes,
There's like if you weigh too much,
Not only
you're
weight,
not getting
yeah.
off the ground.
And distribution too.
And speaking of everything y'all just said, Teresa Diggum then asked worse than an elevator. I'm not going to go through the story again because I know I've at least mentioned it twice.
Oh yeah.
Here's the thing. At least with flying, I haven't had any bad experiences, but the last event I went to back in October, I've had my
Good
fair
luck
share
with
of getting stuck in a fucking elevator. So, and that was a conspiracy in of itself because the whole staff of the hotel tried to cover up that whole incident. So, yeah. So no, I definitely hate elevators more now, but you would probably see me get on an elevator before I get on a plane. 'Cause-
I know the feeling
I'll
of
be
running
right
up
back.
and down an
Alrighty.
aircraft screaming at the top of my
Hey.
lungs, "Where's my freaking parachute? Where's my freaking parachute?" And a whole bunch of guys lined up at the door. Yeah. Shit. Fucking
You know what? You know
Some
what I
jokes
like
go
is
too
on
far,
takeoff.
people.
The takeoffs, I compare that to like riding an escalator up into the air. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Travis, you need to get over that.
Here's my deal, Johnny. I love to fly, but here's the deal.
Yeah.
The bigger the aircraft, the better I fly it. The smaller the aircraft, hang on to your britches.
Yeah.
If we're lucky, we're going to get off the runway. Because, it's
Yeah, you feel
it's a
every-
whole different
well, you-
dynamic with a whole. I can fly something big. Don't worry. I got, shit, yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
And don't get me wrong, when the first time I took off, it was quite the experience. I actually have it on tape and my facial, reaction and all that other stuff.
Donnie's
And
trying to
the
escape.
beautiful view over Houston at sunset, and just seeing
I'm
how
telling
small
you.
we are from up there
there
was
you go.
awe-inspiring. And then seeing like the Great Lakes at night. I mean, I assume they were there because I knew we were flying over them.
Yeah.
And all the cities down below, it was like, you know,
All of a sudden you see a dark spot.
yeah, big
And
dark spot.
Nobody lives
so-
down there.
Nope.
My
Hey,
most
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
experience in an aircraft always was flying at night over the South Pacific in the cockpit. Because when you're in the cockpit, and you could, I was not flying, I was maintenance, but I'm on the aircraft. I could walk up and down the aircraft all day. There's a bed back there if you get it. There's only one bed, and there's like 18 people. No, chances are slim. Anyway, to go up and sit behind the pilot, and at that time, back in them days, you could sit there and smoke a cigarette and all that shit. Most everybody did. But to be up in the cockpit at night, and you're looking down at the instrument panel, you know how fast you're going. Your airspeed's right there. Your horizontal indicator is telling you you're flying steady and all that. Your wings are straight. Your senses tell you you're not moving. That you are just sitting there in a black abyss. You can hear the engines, but you have no reference that you're moving at all. Just the hum of the engine, the vibration in the aircraft, and the conversation. And to see the stars and Milky Way, especially, with no obstruction, is just a wonder to behold.
The one time I was when I was going down from Tampa, I was going over to Fort Lauderdale and just flying. Now I was a passenger, of course, and that's the only time that I actually got to see the lights of Mexico. The pilot got on and said the lights in the distance of Mexico. So I got to see down below your state, believe it or not.
Oh, there you go.
You know, you can go on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and watch all these
Oh yeah, I
cockpit
do.
takeoffs.
I
at
like
night,
Maria
landings at
Betancourt
night.
just said in the chat. She said, "I hate flying, but I'm scared, and I'm scared of flying. But I fly because that is the only way I can see the world. I have been to every continent except Australia, but I hate it." Oh, she hates to fly, but well, baby, you're not done yet. You got to go to Australia.
Yeah.
Got to go to Australia.
One of these days, me and Rose are
I'm
going to finally
telling you.
save up enough money to go to Japan, and I am not looking forward to that flight, but my God, I want to go so bad.
Yeah.
So I'll
There's some
I'll
place
get
you
over
want to go
it.
bad enough,
Yeah.
because as they remind you all the time, driving in cars is
It's
much
safer.
more
It's way
dangerous
safer.
than flying. And I got another hit for you. As being an aircraft mechanic for so many years, there's no such thing as a perfectly good aircraft. It is flyable. Don't worry about it. Safety, all that shit's done. But there's something wrong with every freaking airplane that flies. You
And
can't be scared of that.
Shut
There's a qualified
And like
pilot
what
up there.
Pepsi Max just wrote earlier,
What?
try flying in a 747 and all of a sudden it drops 5,000 feet,
Yeah.
and now that will
That'll-
test your digestive
Yeah,
system.
no, that'll make your ass pucker and Oh, you bet your ass. I've been in a P3 that what we call porpoise. This was on a test flight. We was testing the autopilot for porpoising, and porpoising is when the aircraft will just do this shit. It's a vomit thing, man. It's like you're going down and you're going up and then you're going down and you're trying to make adjustment, and it's just, yeah, it'll make your ass sick. I'd do it tomorrow in a heartbeat, but those days are gone, I guess. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere unless I'm driving, so I ain't got to worry about it no more. What's up,
I've
brother?
got another one for you. I've got another one for you, two for a congresswoman, a new congresswoman against Scooter Libby. That's Valerie Plame.
Oh yes,
She was an
ex-CIA
undercover
agent.
CIA. Right, and she was outed
Yes,
by Cheney
by Dick Cheney. Ain't that some
Because-
shit?
because he
Because
was
Dick
pissed
Cheney was
off.
pissed off at her husband.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so she's going up against Libby, Scooter Libby.
Scooter Libby. Is he still around? I didn't even know.
Scooter.
Scooter. Hey,
I think
Scooter.
that's who she's going against.
And that's in what state?
So
What state is that, Velda?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Somebody give me that because I want
just know that
to
she's
follow
going
up that against Scooter Libby. I remember him too.
I'll pull it up again. I'll pull it.
Okay. Yeah. We want to. We do. We want to encourage you to donate to the Two for Blue or any other senatorial race out there, especially in red states.
Connecticut. Oh no, wait, maybe not. Wait, that's where he's born.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't mean to do
Okay.
that. Keep
Check it
going.
out. Don't want to put out any false information here. This is fine entertainment here. We're serious about the news, and we want it to be right. Senior quality control, baby. That's what we got going on. Jen, I am so glad you showed up, buddy. I am so glad. Don't make so long till the next time, though.
Yeah, what was it? New Year's Eve the last time we were
It was somewhere around New Year's, so it's been a while. She's been busy.
Yeah.
And she must have walked away for just a second. That's all right.
Yeah, she's still on.
Oh, by the way, John,
Yes, Dennis.
I already posted in YouTube, but there's a link in. I guess it's another person challenging McConnell. It's
Another?
a 2-minute video.
Who is
Kentucky
it?
Mike versus his. He goes by Kentucky Mike, I guess, in that thing, and his new moniker for McConnell is Corona Mitch.
Corona Mitch. Kentucky Mike.
Very appropriate.
I'm going to look
Yeah, that's why I've given him the new nickname, Corona Mitch.
Corona Mitch.
He's got a lot of nicknames.
Yeah,
now.
don't
He's got a
insult
lot
the
of nicknames.
coronavirus.
Moscow Mitch, Murder Mitch, Massacre Mitch. You name it. At the bills that are
Hey,
sitting at
boy.
that man's feet, that he stomps on every day, that he turns his head and says, "Screw you, America." These are many of them are bipartisan bills passed by the House. McConnell is doing the same thing he's always done. He is the gatekeeper, baby. He will control, not anybody else. What was you trying
Was
to
he
say?
always like that though, John? I don't ever remember him being that masculine. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry,
Before he
Johnny.
used to be able to. I mean, was Mitch McConnell always this mean and that he didn't want to? I
He
thought
grew
he
up
worked
in the
with
Senate.
people before.
He's always been backhanded. He's been emboldened by Trump.
Yes. Oh, he's had the reins taken off by
Transgender.
Trump. They worship each other.
50 damn years.
Yeah. It's pitiful. With Mitch McConnell in control of the Senate, we get nothing. And he's made that very clear since Obama days. Democrats get squat.
I just get very sick and tired of hearing Mike Pence kiss Johnny's ass.
Oh, God.
Every chance he can, he does.
It's not just him. It's everybody that stands around him. Every time they get up there, thanks to the glorious leadership of our president over here, we're doing this, that, and the other because of the direction of our glorious leader. It's a constant just suck zone of just ass kissing.
Shit show.
Yes, there's so
Yeah.
much ass kissing going on that you just really when you hear it, you go, oh, okay, he's not saying the truth. He's just trying to kiss that guy's ass.
You would think he'd kind of
No.
blend it a little bit better. You know what I mean? Make it not so obvious.
Obvious.
Yeah.
Mike Pence especially. It's already a joke on every damn thing. I said if he gets
Well,
any farther up, he's going to need a snorkel.
Yep.
There's
Yeah,
comedians
I-
talking
I-
all
I-
about
I-
his ass.
Yeah,
I
Bill Maher
Yeah,
gave him the ass kisser award Friday
yeah,
night.
yeah.
I term Mike Pence the second ass cheek of somebody's ass. Him and Trump, they stick together. I'm telling you.
I think Mike Pence has had a thing for asses all his life. I just think he's had a thing for men's asses all his life, and he just, Donnie's is just, I don't know, it's so appealing to him, I guess. And I'll tell you why. It's because Mike Pence knows without Donnie, he's squat. Mike Pence does not ever have a chance of becoming President Pence. I just don't think the country would put up with that bullshit. Mike Pence is up there to make Donnie look good. Every time Donnie stands up there at the podium, goes, a lot of things are happening, and we're doing real great, and we've talked to a lot of states and a lot of governors, and we're doing a lot of things, and so yep, we're and then Mike Pence will come up there and start saying, yes, we spoke to Governor Inslee in Washington and this, that, and the other, and Governor Cuomo in New York, and he calls names, and he speaks like a politician should. That's why Mike Pence
He
is
did
there.
that today, and I thought he right away, John, because that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he's
Trump
there to make
rambled on
Trump
about
look.
something,
Yeah.
and then he says, then he called Mike Pence to the mic. I said, okay, here he's going to clarify it now.
Yeah. Now here comes the puppet. You go
Yeah.
ahead and translate, and that's what Mike Pence does.
And you remember who put Pence in place for Donnie? Manafort.
Yeah, Paul Manafort.
Yep.
Who is a friend of who? Oh, Russia. Oh, he'll get a pardon. Don't worry. Manafort's on the list.
Deripaska.
Manafort's on the list. Flynn, we already
Flynn.
found out, is
Yep.
on the list. If you don't think that, who'd we just go? Roger Stone. Oh, yeah, baby. He's on the
Yeah,
list. Maria Bentoncourt just donated $6 through Super Chat. Thank you very much, Maria. We appreciate it very much. Y'all have been very kind tonight. And it is. This is our job nowadays. I do this. Been doing it for 3 years now, except, boy, how the shit don't brag on it, John. You took yesterday off. I'm sorry. I was asleep on the couch.
Lazy bum.
That's me, buddy. That's me. This is my job. This is all we got. What's this there?
I got it. She's running for New Mexico, and she's
And-
running against Republican Ben Ray. And I'm going to kill the name if I try and pronounce it, but it's Lujan, Lujan,
Luan.
in New Mexico.
What's the first name of Luan?
It was Ben Ray, Republican Ben Ray in Congress,
Okay. Ben Ray.
and
And-
and his last name is Lujan, Lujan.
Luan. Lujan. Could be Lujan.
Lujan.
It
And
depends on how
anyways,
you.
that's who she's going up against.
Okay. That's Valerie Plain.
It's a Spanish name.
That's Valerie Plain.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Who she's going against.
I'll look down. Put that on my thing. And got my arrow pointed right there. That's how come I remembered it was Johnny Five's birthday, was because I wrote it right down there on my tab. And this,
And then
I'm
we
about
got all
2
good
pages,
people
3 pages
going
away
against
from
Tom
another
Cotton.
book hitting dust. What's that?
Instead, and I'll give you who's going against Tom Cotton.
Who's going against Tom Cotton?
His first name is Brian. I don't have it. I posted it day before yesterday in on Discord, but I can't remember his last name. He's going against Tom Cotton.
That's in Arkansas.
So
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
I want that sorry sack of shit out of office, that traitor.
He does want to give you $1,000.
Albert Polyester.
Yeah.
Yeah, but get this breaking news on the Hill. Sanders proposes giving $2,000 per month to every household
Oh.
amid the coronavirus outbreak.
There you go.
All right.
Raising the
So,
bet.
so it's like, oh yeah, well I'll one up you
Yeah.
double.
Yeah, Trump. Yeah, I think that's good.
Yang-
10,000.
Yang-
Beat that. Yeah,
I
go
want-
for it, buddy.
I want to
Well,
see
yeah.
Yang come out and be like, yeah, you know
$1,000 a
what,
month.
$5,000.
Now y'all are getting the idea. The basic $1,000 is a great idea.
They
Now, I
interviewed
got
that
a
guy.
question. I got a question. If they're going to
What's-
give that out to everybody, are they going to give that out to people who are on Social Security,
Yes.
SSI, and SS?
Yes, that's everybody.
Oh,
Everybody.
boy, that'd be
That's
nice.
everybody
Yes,
gets
it
it.
would
That would double my income.
Yeah, mine too.
much
Mine-
money, and
mine
then they
too,
drop
Jeff.
SSI.
Yeah, I'm counting
that a
heads too
one-time
because
check?
it's to every American. To every
Is that a
American.
one-time?
That means me.
Is that a one-time
Oh, wait,
check,
that's my
John?
wife. And that's my sons. Travis will get one. Rose should get one. So think of what that does
Is that
to
a
a
one-
family unit.
I really hope that's the
That a
way
one-
they're wanting to do it though, because
It's either going to be that or they're going to be so much for a couple and so much for a single person.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
They
like,
might come up with that.
yeah,
If they come up with a standard number for everybody, well, who's everybody?
well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. What about those who are homeless?
But again,
Because honestly, let's face it, if they can get their hands on 1,000, this could be actually what they need, or at least a little boost to kind of restart their life a little bit, and just a little bit in
Yeah.
direction, or go to a shelter or
That's-
something.
is what
you know?
Yang was trying to say about the universal income. We give so many tax cuts and breaks and subsidies to big, large corporations to bail them out and do this, that, the other. Even when times are going good, they get the good deal. That's fine.
Exactly.
It makes our economy grow to a degree. But you take that around, there's not going to be that many. There's a story going around about the self-driving diesels that are on the road already. There's one.
Gary,
Yes. That's going to put a whole
Hey,
industry.
John?
Yes.
Hey, let's not forget the truckers right
That's
now.
what I'm
Shit.
saying. That's a lot of truckers out of business, baby.
John.
Yeah.
Is this a one-time check or is this like a?
That's up for
what is it,
debate
a
right
one-time
now.
check?
And somebody in the chat had
Okay,
said,
it
"Are
is.
they going to take it out of your income tax?" No. This is a simple. We saw this with I think it was Bush W, who said I think it was $600 for a couple and $300 to individuals. I believe, if my memory serves me right, that got a check back in whatever freaking year that was.
What was it? The stimulus package? Or was
Yeah,
that
it was a
Obama?
stimulus package. I think it was after 9/11.
We never got it. We never got it.
They
Me
owe you.
neither.
We were on Social Security and we never got it.
We got it. I
There's
got it.
a proposal out today on the House that said it was going to be suggested for a 6-month.
Wait a
6
minute.
months.
Wait a minute. You broke up.
Oh yeah, Bill. Yeah, you broke up just a little
Bill,
bit
you,
there.
you cut right out.
He
He said it was-
that's-
They said it in the House today that someone proposed a deal kind of like UBI's, the $1,000 deal.
Uh-huh.
They suggested that it be for a minimum of 6 months.
Yeah, see, they're discussing it lasting
This
6
is a
months.
real. This is starting
Yeah.
to sound like a real plan to keep, people home, but also places of employment, big places of
Or
employment.
buy a
need
Nintendo
to
and sit in
also.
front of the TV.
Well,
No, I wouldn't even
Plus
do
the fact that it
No.
will stimulate the economy because people like you and me, we spend money when they give the money to the billionaires.
yes.
They don't spend it; they just reinvest it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If money comes to my account, it's on the way to the store.
It
all ends up in the same
grocery
pocket.
store. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what Will
The
Rogers said.
bank.
You give a poor man $1, it'll be in the rich man's pocket by the end of the day. Because that man's going to spend it, and that's what the idea behind Yang had on that universal income, because of look how many homeless people, how many hungry people that we $1,000 a month, and we're so willing to save Boeing or a big bank on Wall Street, J.P. Morgan or something. We're going to bail them out. We're going to save the auto industry. We're going to save this industry. And you need to save the people of this country is what you need to save. Those people that down there have nothing, that are on the streets every day begging for a buck, we could do away with that. We could help so many people regain their dignity. $1,000 a month basic income. They used to do Alaska up there. They give the Native Alaskans and people that live in Alaska, born in Alaska, they'd get a check every year because the state was doing so well with oil and gas. Well, guess what? Every
John,
freaking
they
thing they
still
drill
do
on
because-
public property is our money. That's your money, baby. What's that?
And they still, when you move to Alaska and you've been there a year, then you
Yeah.
get you get the money
Yeah.
too.
Because the state is rich in oil, it receives a lot of taxes from oil, and they distribute that to their populace.
And again, let's
What
be
a novel
clear
idea.
here. $1,000.
Socialist.
$1,000 a month is not enough for everybody
No.
to just stop working.
No.
It really isn't. However, this could give quality of life to many Americans that did not
that are
have it
working
before.
below a living wage now.
Yes, exactly.
You're out busting your butt at Burger King or at 7-Eleven or wherever the hell you got to work to make a buck, and you're still Walmart, and you're still not making enough. That would give you so much. They say it all the time. $400. Nobody has that money. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I run
I'll
out
give
of
some-
money every month at about the 25th or 26th.
Yes. Yes.
And
every
I have
month,
to wait
and you
till the
can
3rd
count.
of the next month.
Yes, there are dates in my head. The first because I get my
Is it Social
no
Security?
Social Security I get on on sometime in Wednesdays, sometime in the middle of the month.
Yeah.
But no, I get my retirement check from the Army, such
Yeah.
as it is. After you take out everything that's allotted, it ends up to be about $500.
Yeah.
We're going to Vegas next week. It's barely enough to make my truck payment when I was making my truck payment. That's what that check was for.
That's
Hey,
why we celebrated
yeah,
when
23
the truck
years and I
was
can make my
finally
truck
paid
payment.
off.
Whoopee shit.
Yeah.
But I do. I remind everybody I pay for my insurance, my life insurances, my health insurance, all comes out of there. And but I get a better deal than most people because I work for the government. So, we get into the healthcare discussion, which, like I say, this whole pandemic is pointing out the need for two things. One, we need a healthcare system in this country, and two,
A healthcare
They-
system, not a profit care system.
yeah, not a profit care system.
Yeah.
and that a universal income would help a lot of people rise them out of poverty and at least get their head above water if you guarantee that you were going to make so much a month.
And maybe students who are going to
yeah.
college who have to pay for their apartment and their car and all that, maybe they don't have to work 2 to 3 jobs to afford all that.
Yeah.
And maybe focus more on their studies,
Yeah.
and maybe have a day or two.
Shut
home
up,
to
yo!
rest.
250,000. We'll
I know,
forgive
I'm
your
just a
interest this
fucking
month.
millennial.
Next month, pay it.
Yeah.
They need to get
Travis,
through
you
something.
sound like a communist.
I
I'm
know.
just curious, where
comrade.
would they get that money? Where would they get the money from to pay 1,000 or 2,000?
I don't
whatever?
give a
Where
shit.
would
They pulled money out of their ass
Wow.
for every freaking thing else. So as Travis was
Yeah, yeah.
saying the other day,
Yeah, $1.5 trillion injected into Wall Street and the stock market. Yeah, they can go fuck off.
yeah,
So-
kiss my ass. I don't be asking
But also,
where
I
they're
want
going to
to
come
know,
from
to be
because
fair,
at this
though-
point
Securities fund.
they're pulling it out of their ass anyway.
But to be fair, if we taxed big business and people like Jeff Bezos, well, guess what?
Hey, guess what?
I think that would bring in a lot more income
think
than
it
what
would
we're
bring in
already
a
getting.
lot more
So,
income.
you know.
Yeah, then they'll
Betsy DeVos may not be able to afford that next yacht.
Oh, boo fucking who for her. I'll
Yeah.
pray for her.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Fucking bitch.
I pray for her.
Zelda was going to say something. What were you going to say, Zelda?
Oh, Dennis, Mitch McConnell's crew can go to fucking hell.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Check that out, Travis.
Dennis,
As opposed to hell fucking, because I don't want to have that
Tasteless and
happiness.
shameful. Breaking news: U.S.
Yeah.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell campaign called on Democratic opponent, former Marine Corps pilot Amy McGrath, to stop running political advertisements during the COVID-19 pandemic, calling them tasteless
Tell me
and
to go to
shameful.
hell.
Hey, Mitch, you know what's
He can-
tasteless and shameful? Sitting on a freaking bill because you can, refusing to even allow discussion on the Senate floor of 400 and some odd bills, more than that probably since the last time I counted. Are you shitting me? The man is a
Yeah, and,
kiss off.
and not voting to make sure that
He's
he was
doing it right now with
convicted
the
and-
with that's what that was probably referencing is that he is slow walking shit right now with the COVID-19 bills that are in there. You know, well, we're going to have to meet here and we're going to have to discuss and come up with an agreement. And the Republicans are working real hard. We've formed 3 Republican committees, all chaired by fine Republican gentlemen, and they are coming up with the solutions. And when they do, then we'll just discuss that with our Democratic colleagues. That's what he said.
The next one, John.
Oh, that sounds like you're working with him. What does this one say?
gonna piss you off.
Senator McConnell and other Senate Republicans have been reaching out to federal judges nominated by Presidents Reagan and Bush, and in it to say if you're going to retire the next few months, would you be a good time to do a
Would be a
You know
good
what?
time to do it. And then
Yeah.
Amy McGrath replied,
Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yet with
McConnell.
Mitch McConnell, it's so believable.
oh yeah that guy must work for Mitch McConnell.
Yep.
I've been reaching out
I
to
hope
Ted.
she keeps pushing.
Yeah, they're reaching out
I
to
hope-
federal
so we can
judgeships,
stack
all right.
More courts.
Yeah, retire now so
I
we
hope
can
they-
stick in some more freaking blood-sucking. That's who Mitch McConnell is, though.
I'm only be
He's playing the long game, baby.
I'm
That's the name of
only-
his book.
I'm only gonna
Well,
play.
he's doing
nerd.
this for
Go ahead, Dennis.
desperation.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's doing it out of desperation. The ship is now well on its way to sinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm only going to be a
He
nerd
knows
for
that
like
by the
1
end of
second
the
and
year
just
it's
say that, this is how, if you watch Star Wars, this is how the Empire got to where they got. Palpatine got control of the courts and the Senate and kept stacking the courts, and then when he made his move, that's how the Empire became the thing.
Go figure.
So if anybody
Life,
watches
it's
Star Wars and
imitating
you see
art.
that shit,
Or is it art imitating life? I don't know.
I don't know, it's one or the other. But, yeah, just saying.
maybe both.
Probably both.
A little bit of both, baby. I see the names have been going by there, and my son is giving me the clock thing saying, Dad.
Well, we've
Don't
been on for
forget.
2 hours. We had a really good show.
I had a great
tonight.
show. We had a great show tonight, and I want to thank everybody for coming in. Bill Jones, appreciate you coming in, buddy. We always do. Dennis, I'm glad you showed up. John Ifly, always a good conversation. And SC, you're welcome
Thanks,
here,
sir.
buddy. And
Thank you.
and Velda Lee, thank you very much. And I want to thank
Welcome.
Jen Morgan for showing up and coming in. And
So good to see you.
Yes, we are so tickled to death that you came, baby.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I'm back.
Missed your voice.
I still,
Yeah.
I
Try to
don't know
pencil
that I'll
us in here.
Be able to be here every show. I
Yeah.
don't know that I'll be able to be here every show, but I'll be here as often as I can.
Well,
Yeah,
just
well,
pencil
just-
us in when you can.
When you can, no, don't. You
Yeah.
know, obviously you got a lot going on. Don't overexert yourself.
Yeah.
But you know, it's
Stay
just great
healthy.
to know you're
Wash
okay
your
and doing
hands.
good, and you know, still active and all that good stuff. So that's more than enough for us, Jen.
Yeah, really. I was just tickled to see you in the room. So we're glad you're here. As family should be. And I want to thank all those on YouTube, Facebook, and on Twitter and Periscope. I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you being a part of this family. So let's try to remember to treat each other like family. And, keep the spirits light. Keep them up. We're all going to be here. We're all going to watch this whole thing go by. And we'll have
Oh no!
Oh, no. Oh, no, Velda. What? Oh, no.
This just posted another one. New the virus package has hit roadblocks amid the GOP opposition.
Well, you ain't getting shit. Tough shit. See you later. Bye. Yep, that's me.
Yeah.
I thought we was
surprised.
teasing you there with the thought. There will be opposition, but I think the public voice and the voices that are sane and reasonable out there see what's going to happen. The news just a minute ago, they're expecting the job market to go.
Hang on, just to be clear though, I just noticed because I've been paying attention to the Hill. That was from a post from yesterday, a little bit earlier ago, 4 hours ago. McConnell says the Senate will pass the House coronavirus bill without changes. Whether he sticks with it or not is to be seen.
You posted that? Yes, that was posted yesterday.
That was posted
That's what
yesterday.
I'm talking about. Slow walking. He's got a deal. There's a deal he's going to make. And it's the negotiation back and forth of what you're going to get. The Democrats, I'm sure, are the ones that are fighting for the family funds for the American people out there. They're expecting 1 million job losses next month in the job report. You can bet your ass unemployment's going to go big because of so many places are closing down. Think of all those people. What's that, Velda?
John, Kansas just Sherry Trump hater just posted Kansas governor just canceled K through 12 for the rest of the year.
For the rest
and I think
of the year.
Florida did too. I think, or
For
at least
the
I
rest
heard
of the
something
year.
about that earlier. So
I haven't heard that, Travis.
Welcome to
Yeah.
homeschooling.
Our
Okay.
our school districts in the state of Arkansas have sent home packets and computers for the kids to do homework and schoolwork via computers.
good.
Those are the socialist ideas of giving kids computers and assuring
dare
internet
they.
access,
Right?
to everyone. And when we mean a lot of people out in the country really stand up for this one because we're like the last ones to get anything out here, and you're lucky for the shit that you got. This is boy, honey.
Notebooks,
No,
actually,
that's
but
no, John. How dare they give them the power of education to rise up
Really,
against
to
oppression?
raise
Right.
up against them.
No
They'll learn
shit.
shit,
And when you think about it,
and we want to control
when you
what you
think
learn.
about it, we are still in it's kind of like socialism. We're getting the government supposed to help us out. So what's the big deal with the Republicans saying, "Oh, we don't want socialism in my time"? You know
They
what I'm
want
saying?
corporate socialism. They have no problem,
Ding, 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 ding.
giving corporations and bailing out Wall Street or anybody else if they've got a game, if they're in the game, if they got something in the game. We don't have anything in the game. This is what we got. Our lives out here. And whether you're at the bottom of this rung or somewhere below mid-level, you're struggling. Those are paycheck to paycheck. You're lucky you got a job. They say, "Oh, you're lucky you got a job." Now, are you shitting me? It shouldn't be that you're lucky to have a job. You should be proud of the
Let's
job
call
you
it
got.
what it is, John. When they give out entitlements or what they call handouts, you're taking toys from rich people. That's all you're doing.
That's what you're doing.
yeah.
Toys, I would almost say like pocket lint.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
exactly.
seen where Maryland is talking about that it's probably going to cancel school for the rest of the year. So it says school leaders and health experts say a long-term shutdown of schools, perhaps through the end of the school year, seems increasingly likely. So
Man.
Single parent families don't have the money for daycare, so therefore they'll have to quit their jobs. And
a
that's where
domino
that
effect,
$1,000 a
baby.
month will come in handy.
It's a domino effect.
And I'm going to roll in another quote-unquote left idea here before we go, because I actually saw a few tweets in regards to this, and I'm just thinking, yeah, because here's the thing. I'm personally, my body chemistry cannot handle the wonderful effects of THC. Just can't. However, THC helps a lot of other people. And with how stressful and anxiety-filled our times are right now, there is a lot of natural medicine, or a lot of good this natural medicine can be for people, but yet in most places it's illegal. There was someone I read, they were going to a doctor to get anxiety medication, and their doctor then got the coronavirus and is in lockdown, and this individual can't get anxiety medicine. And that's when I saw a YouTuber that I follow that he doesn't partake in marijuana, but his wife gets it medically for anxiety and pain. And if it wasn't for this wonderful plant, you know, it's just a wonder. And there was a quote that I heard the other day from a song, and it's just I would rather be illegally alive than legally dead. And I think after all this is said and done, this is another conversation we need to have to really push more than we have already to get marijuana, both recreational and medical,